Okay. Good. Back with a new stream. And I will boot up the game in about 3 minutes. So that way we can get started. Don't think there's going to be any more half minutes because when daylight savings time happened, I set the clock so that it was pretty well synced with my phone. So probably we won't have any situation where my phone clock is different from my room clock anymore. And that means most of these will be in whole minutes now. Most of my estimates, that is. So that's how that goes logistically. Hey Lifeblood, how's it going? Welcome. We're about 2 minutes out from getting started on our next streaming project. Just going to hang out and let everybody have a chance to filter in. Almost said filter in, but doesn't mean all of my entire base of watchers will be here by 4:30. If I was waiting for my entire base of watchers to get here to start, we'd be here for probably hours, to be honest. You're super tired, so you'll probably not stick around for long. That's all right, Lifeblood. No problem. You go get yourself sleep, so that way you're not so tired anymore. That's more important in my book. So you go do that when you feel like it's the moment that you need to go. Once you feel yourself fading, just go get yourself a nap and you'll be good to go. Speaking of a nap, I stare at this bright white screen for too long. I'm gonna need a nap. This is glaring. I think that's just because of the seasonal change, though. It gets darker earlier, so these bright fluorescent looking lights just sort of hit different with your brain when the sun's not out anymore, you know. Of course, the sun's barely been out all day. It's been cloudy most of the day, but, you know. How far in the anime goes that in the bottom corner? Oh, you mean Pokemon Puzzle League? That is from the Orange Islands era, if I recall correctly. It was when that was still about halfway through. So it was from like 1999, I think, in the US, or 1998. I think that's when they made it. So, but yeah, it's from the Orange Islands era. No Johto Pokemon, unfortunately. It would have been cool if they kept making them and made them with new generations of Pokemon, but yeah, it was a one-off, unfortunately. Didn't keep making them. I liked it personally because it was very similar to Tetris Attack, which was one of my favorite games on the Super Nintendo, but they, as far as I know, they didn't keep making those. I think they made one for the Game Boy to tie into that one on the N64, but yeah, as far as I know, they didn't keep making them after the first generation, which is kind of a shame. But, yeah. I guess after a while, it probably would have gotten a little stale too, but it would have been nice while it lasted. Okay, let's put that on the floor so I don't have to keep banging it on the table every time I want to take a drink. Volume, I think, is on what it's supposed to be. Yes, it is. It's good. Hey, Conker, it's going good. How's it going for you there? I just took a drink of water because I am ready to get started, so that's what we're going to do right about now. There we go. It's like, wait a minute, where did my controller go? Okay, so I have to hit this thing into progressive scan mode once I hit start, so you may see some slight no signaling on the screen. That's normal. And I will be back in just a moment. Actually, you know what? I don't think I will mute the mic because the intro, it doesn't play as soon as we start this. It just pops you right on the title screen. So we'll watch the intro a different day. For now, let's start this up. I'll even stick this thing. There we go. All right, progressive scan mode. possibly one more. Yep. There we go. And now we're good. So you see all of that there? We're doing all of it. Not 100% of it, but you get. I was making a joke from 10 years ago that no one's going to get anymore. How you doing, everybody? My name is Monochromium, and this is Pokémon XD Gale of Darkness, the beloved sequel to Pokémon Colosseum, which we played just recently for the stream. And frankly, if you enjoyed that one, you will most likely enjoy this one. It takes just about everything from the original game, and it does it better, along with adding some new things that make the game just a whole complete package in terms of a Pokemon experience. So, for me, yeah, that's a big deal. It tones back a little bit on some of the grittiness, I think, of the original. I'm going to press the start button now before it plays the intro, because we don't need to watch the intro yet. We'll be seeing it at the beginning of every single thing after this, so it's fine. But yeah, it tones back a little on the grittiness, and it doesn't have as expansive of a versus mode, a battle mode, but most of the additional content was placed into the story mode to make it pretty much exactly the kind of... It's almost like taking a GBA version of Pokemon, like a Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald from this era, this generation of Pokemon, and just placing it directly on a console and letting you play it. So I'm all for that. So without further ado, let me read chat, and then we will get started. So, did you know that until the 7th and 8th gen from the games, Ash did not have any Ghost, Steel, Fairy, or Psychic types that he kept? Yeah, I do remember him temporarily recruiting a Haunter in the first generation, but I don't think he kept it for more than like an episode. Permanent members of his team. I would believe that if you're talking like permanent team members, so yeah. Babysitting your niece and nephew since earlier? Gotcha, Conker. Nice. Well, hopefully you can take a little time to relax for yourself after you're done babysitting, so that'll be good. That is the most corrupted Pokemon you've ever seen, including the anime, that Lugia. Oh, just wait. That Lugia is about to get a whole lot worse. Let's start a new story and see just where this goes, shall we? Because we saw Ho-Oh in a cameo appearance in Colosseum, so it sort of follows that there would be some sort of appearance for Lugia, because it's the other bird from the Johto region. So it follows that it would make some sort of appearance in this game, but it's a lot more prominent than it was in Colosseum. The hell kind of a name is Exit? No, that just takes you back to the main menu, so I don't know why it's sitting here. You could just press the B button, but whatever. Anyway, our protagonist for this game, I've already used up the Jimme and Jinne for this timeline of Pokemon, and in the last game we came up with a fancy code name for our main protagonist. His name was Sniper. In this game, the family that this character is with seems to have a trend that they have with their name, where it always ends in like what would that be? It's like a long E sound, so like Lily or Jovi. So we're going to name this character something that also ends in a long E sound. And I'm just going to take his default name of Michael and snatch that right up and just use that as a base with which to name him Mikey, because that's enough of a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles reference for now, isn't it? It also has the, the E at the end, so that's... It helps with my OCD, you see, to have everybody looking like that with their names. So, there you go. There's our main character. Let's get started. Most legendaries are flying or psychic types, prove me wrong. I don't think I can. That's pretty much true. So... Fancy ship, the SS Libra. Wonder what they're doing all the way out here. Well, whatever they're doing, it's gotten the government's attention. Pull over and give me the drugs. That's not the government, sir. That's a Shadow Lugia. That's a different... Okay. Different way to use Aeroblast, I suppose. Tractor Beam Blast? Something like that. God damn it, Tim, I told you we shouldn't have stored the drugs in the cargo bay. Now what do? I hope they get rescued or something, because it kind of sucks to be all the way out there. It's almost like being stuck in the middle of the desert. Speaking of which... Wow, they gave me a Salamence right off the bat. This game is hardcore. Okay, so we have a Salamence, our opponent has a Metagross, and we have all of these moves. Don't take the bait, though. You can KO the Salamence in 2 hits with Earthquake, so just don't even Dragon Dance, just blast it.
I am not super late.
Hey, Marie, how's it going? Thank you for resubscribing. That's a 3-month streak. You are now Chromatic, and you are not super late. We're just starting the tutorial here. Apparently he likes using Sludge Bomb. I didn't even know Metagross could learn Sludge Bomb. Well, I probably did because I've played this game approximately 10 times in my lifetime. But I guess it can learn it in Gen 3. It doesn't matter, though, because it's gone now. Take that, pseudo-legendary. How do you like it when I have one, too? What's a sim trainer? The Lost-in part is normal. This is the OR region. Everybody's name looks like a collection of vowels and consonants that aren't supposed to go together. But what's a sim trainer? Oh. That's a sim trainer. We're in the Matrix. Cool. So yes, we have a simulation that we can do tutorials in. You can go back to the simulation at any point in the game and do a bunch of different simulations and simulated battles to figure out the mechanics of Pokemon if you need a refresher or if you're new to the series. So I like that. It's kind of cool. Very high-tech, just like the rest of the OR region. So... I mean, it's not that hard, just use ground moves on a steel type. Like, if you know your type chart, then you'll know that one. Also, don't dance in the face of a pseudo-legendary, that's also a bad idea. Wait, Metagross learns Sludge Bomb? Why would you even teach it that? Yeah, why would you? I mean, even in later generations, you don't need Sludge Bomb, just use Meteor Mash, because fairy types are weak to steel, too, so... Simp Trainer, something like that. Battle Sims are cool AF, best part of this game, hands down. I really enjoy the Battle Sims in this game, and they get a little more complicated later on as well. They're not just for tutorial reasons, but we'll get into that in a little while. I mean, it's a simulated Pokemon, so it's gonna obey me no matter what, so, you know. Maybe if you guys programmed it in that they disobeyed me, it would make these things a little harder. I probably should raise some other Pokemon besides Eevee. How's Eevee doing anyway? Let's take a look. So just like in Coliseum, you start off with Eevee. Although, in this case, it isn't evolved yet, it's just a regular old Eevee. Level 10, so a little bit lower level than the level 25s that they gave us before. It has a hasty nature, which, that's a trend, isn't it? Didn't we have, like, a naive nature for our Espeon in Coliseum? So I guess speed boosting is in their blood. Not bad, though. The speed will be helpful. The minus defense, I think it is, might not be, but, you know. I'll take the extra speed, that will be useful. It's pretty good, it's pretty close to leveling up as well. It's got some halfway decent moves. Bite is a special attack in this one though, so not going to be as useful because I have slightly less special attack, but it is 100% accurate, so it's better than Tackle in that regard. Actually, even with Stab, I think Bite is better than Tackle. Maybe not because of the extra 1 attack drop from special attack. I don't know, probably just going to use Bite to be honest with you, but yeah, there you go. So we have an Eevee to start with, so that's cool. Excuse me. Well, yeah, I mean, I was surprised the first time I came into the game. I was like, whoa, they're giving me all this stuff. This is cool. So, well, that means the VR is working, that's for sure. Thanks, I'd like to believe so. I'll do my best. Alright, off we go. Let's get out of this room and see what the lab has to offer to us. Yeah, there's an actual Pokemon lab to start with in this game. You don't get dragged out into the middle of the wilderness with a rusty old train. You actually get a building for once, so. I mean, like the last one where it's kind of luck dependent? Yeah, a little bit. The Eevee line in Coliseum, I am speed, pretty much. 1.5 times 35, that's like 52-ish, so Bite is objectively stronger even with Stab. Nice to know Tackle is that bad. Yeah, that's why they buffed it, I think. Although, honestly, I wish they didn't buff it to 50 power in Gen 5. I wish they just buffed it to 40 so it was the equivalent of, like, Scratch. Because then it's like, if any of the starters get Tackle, they're objectively better than, like, a Pokemon that has Scratch instead, because they just have a better move, you know? So, well, thank you. I'd like to believe so. Unfortunately, our father is... I think he's actually dead in this one. Like, I don't think they directly ever state it, but he, as far as I'm aware, is either dead or missing in action to the point where everyone thinks he's dead. So, because the way that everybody acts when they talk about your father in this one is that he's effectively dead, so... Kind of sucks, but it seems like it's been a while ago because, I mean, the character's not exactly emoting to that, so, you know. Hi there. Oh, okay. So yeah, if you need any extra information on the basics, you can get the basics from the whiteboard. I think there's some basics in here, too. Oh, you can't read these books. Okay, so basically whatever's in the books, she's just going to have in the thing for you, so. The one base power buff that was necessary was Leech Life. It was so pointless. Now it's Swole. Yeah, Leech Life getting buffed to 80 power was absurd in Gen 7. Made that move a lot better. Also, something new to Pokemon XD, you'll notice that the characters have a little bit more animation to their models. Their mouths actually articulate when they talk, and generally the fidelity of the graphics are a little bit better than they were in Coliseum. It looks a little more like a caricature or like a cartoon, but honestly, I don't think it works too badly. I think it works pretty well considering the Pokemon are all kind of animated caricatures themselves, so I'm okay with it. I was hoping to visit the both of you, actually. Yeah, apparently he thinks I'm pretty good at this, so... Well, thank you. I don't know that I need all of this praise. I'll keep battling no matter what, but... Yeah, so that's our mom, and then Professor Crane over there is the director of the lab, so... I probably should have capitalized my name, but, well, it's too late now. Let's think of it as a term of endearment. His actual name is Michael, but his term of endearment is Mikey. Oh, okay. You said she's been missing in action, huh? Yeah, so you guys can't take a break. Fair enough. Sure, I'll go find her. Alright, I'll see what I can do. Yeah, you guys are all busy adults, I get it. No problem. Oh, PDA, okay. Yeah, I could probably use one of those, as long as it's not as over-designed as it was in the original. It should be pretty useful to me. Leech Life gets buffed. Zubat happy. Zubat now has Absorb. Zubat unhappy. Pretty much. XD was a sequel that didn't suck. Cough. S3 cough. Symphogear. Jovi, yeah, almost forgot about her. Yo, don't knock the old PDA. No, I mean, there wasn't a problem with it. It was just over-designed, I think. That's all. So. I'll go check it out. Thanks, Professor. So now we get free reign to explore around the lab. You could do it before this, but you would have ended up coming here anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter. I'll go this way first, I think. Excuse me. And then we'll go around the other way. And the lab has a lot of key critical features that you'll come back to in each phase of the game, like this person at the front desk who has narcolepsy. Hi. Slow down, you'll have plenty of time to tell people when there are actual visitors. Well, then don't sleep on the job. What do they pay you for? Well, it's paid time off for now. Pretty good, you? Oh, okay, cool. Wonder if that'll help us catch more Pokemon, wild Pokemon in the Aura region. They're pretty hard to find still, even though this game takes place several years after the original, so. We'll talk about wild Pokemon later on in the game, too. What was that one quote? When your creation looks like a jet engine, you know you've over-designed it? Yeah, pretty much. Alright, Lifeblood, go get some sleep. Take it easy. We'll see you on the next one. Well, you probably should take a break then, or get an apple from the break room. I've been told you can't have a panic attack and eat an apple at the same time, so... Don't know if that'll help anybody, but, you know. And yeah, we can actually... New to Pokemon XD... It feels like this feature isn't really something new because it's in every other Pokemon game. But you can save directly from the menu, so you don't have to go hunting for a PC now if you want to save scum. So, that'll be useful. Oh, okay. Why, exactly? Didn't all the shadow Pokemon get purified 5 years ago? I heard that guy was a pretty good purifier. Yeah, so this game takes place 5 years after Pokemon Coliseum. So, but apparently, they're still working on stuff with shadow Pokemon for some reason. I guess it's better to be safe than sorry in case something happens again, but, you know. Yeah, that's pretty much what I just said. Oh, okay, cool. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, there's a free healing machine and PC here, so if you're ever in a jam and you don't have a whole lot of money, you can always come back to the lab and use these, so... You gotta sit through a loading screen to do it. Hi, Blissey, but, you know, it's not too bad. Save scumming in this game? What are you gonna save scum for? Oh, nothing. You don't need to save scum at all in either of these games, because you always get a second chance to catch Pokemon, so... Yeah. And in this one, it's no different. You get a second chance to catch Pokemon, like... that you may have wanted to catch, but there's a little bit of a twist to it. We'll talk about that later if I ever fail to catch something. So, spoiler alert, they made a sequel and there's going to be shadow Pokemon in it. I don't think that's much of a spoiler, though, because it's a Genius Sonority Pokemon game. Of course there is shadow Pokemon in it. Actually, Genius Sonority made several other Pokemon games after this that did not have shadow Pokemon in them, but they were not full-fledged RPGs like these ones, so... So Jovi was with Mimi, and Lily wants me to look for Jovi. Maybe I should go talk to Mimi and see if Mimi knows where Jovi is. Have I confused anyone yet? This second chance is so much better than the first one, to be honest. Yeah, because it's like... I don't know how to talk about it without spoiling what it is, but I do agree, I do think it's better, so... Fantasticalness, huh? That's a good word, I guess. Yeah. Well, fair enough. I'll see what I can do about that. Anyway, our room's over here, so let's go check out the rest first, and then we'll go from there. We'll go back upstairs, and then we'll loop around. Hi, Curlia. Oh, okay. Well, I guess if you want to get close to him, that makes sense. Fair enough, especially... well, in Curlia's case, you don't need a friendship meter, the friendship meter to be high to evolve it. But, I mean... Look at how many trophies this person's got. That's gotta be pretty close with Pokemon anyway, if you got all those trophies. So, I don't remember if you ever battle her in the game, but I think it'd be cool if you could. Oh, okay, huh. Well, she didn't leave any notes on the whiteboard. Trust me, I'm pressing the A button. There's nothing here about her. Hey, Plusle, have you seen Mimi or Jovi? What do you mean, no? Oh, yeah, you've probably been in here since lunch, haven't you? You probably took a nap, you little rascal. Alright, I'll go look for him. You just stay here and hold down the fort. Well, yeah, she's your kid's sister. What do you expect? This is an anime-like game. Kid sisters always have the run of the place. That's probably the PDA that he was talking about giving me, but first, let's grab some potions. There's also an item outside that we'll go grab, but we'll get it on the way out, so... And there's our PDA. Ooh. And I even have mail. I forgot to turn vibration off in this one, but I'm not sure if you can. I didn't see an options menu. Maybe it's on the main menu and I just didn't look. Matter of fact, I think it is on the main menu and it didn't look. So, anyway, we got an email from Professor Crane. If you're reading this email, then you must have obtained the PDA. Try out its many features. By the way, Adon was playing hide-and-seek with Jovi. Why not have a chat with him? Sorry, I was trying to figure out if I said his name correctly there. Okay, but Adon's upstairs, so we'll go check and see with him. Yeah, rhyme. Didn't realize you were Dr. Seuss. Oh, boy. Next thing you know, I'll be writing children's books. That Plusle's a hero. Back off. Let the mouse rest. Oh, yeah. That Plusle was the best Pokemon in our party by a long shot in Coliseum. It did big work for us, so... Adon, you in here? No, but the news is... What do we got? Oh yeah, I heard about that one. We saw it out of character, but I can't talk about seeing it out of character without breaking the fourth wall, so... Apparently it disappeared near Gateon Port. We haven't seen that area just yet, but maybe we'll go there later. So... Well, yeah, I mean, if they vanished like smoke, they could have been abducted! It's not too far from the truth, actually. What's up, Psyduck? poor guy. Quagsire, you should take him for a walk. He looks like he has a bad headache. Oh, really? Wow. Wonder where that Pokemon came from. Maybe we'll find out later. Though, yeah, but I mean, it's a cargo ship, and it's missing in the middle of the ocean. It's kind of hard to find them, even if they are as big as a whale. So, I hope so, but hopefully the people and the Pokemon on board are okay. What's up, sir? Wonder where that Krabby Club is. Maybe we'll go there later, too. No Cinnabar Volcano Burger in the fridge? I'm disappointed, game. Oh, well. Adon, you in here? Oh, he's probably, yeah, under the desk. What's up? I see that. Hi. I haven't seen her around the whole lab, so unless she's been, like, running circles around behind me or something, she's not here. Oh, she went off to Dr. Kamenko's again? I keep It's a long walk. Yeah. So she went to Dr. Kamenko's manor to the southeast. And apparently, in this section of the Ore region, there's a bit of greenery, so we must be, like, up northwest of Agate Village somewhere. Well, you could always just take a break and tell her, yeah, you found me, hooray. Speaking of finding... Keck. There's a Kecleon under the desk there. I wish they hid more Kecleon in this game. It'd be kind of fun to try to find them all. Oh, well. It's honestly a good electric type, just gets passed over because it doesn't evolve and takes a while to have a good move pool. Yeah, that's pretty much what I've heard about it, to be honest. And like I said, before that, I hadn't really used one in a playthrough, probably for similar reasons. Take it from you, you used one, yeah. So, Razzle and Dazzle. I mean, they really weren't trying to hide that one. No, not even at all. So, what's up? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I don't think that my parent... I was going to say parents, but Professor Crane's not my father. My parent, singular, would be too happy about that one, so... Keep working! I couldn't find Jovi, but I'll keep looking. I mean, she's like 6, so yeah, not really shocking. I'll go find her, don't worry about it. Probably better not to tell my mom that she wandered all the way down there without my supervision. As an older brother myself, I understand the kind of trouble that you could get in if your siblings walk off unsupervised. So I'm not gonna rat myself out here. Anyway, we gotta head to Dr. Kamenko's manor, and we could either go down or to the right to leave the lab, but if we go to the left, we can find more treasure. Cool. What's in here? If I can ever open it, there we go. 2 antidotes. Those will come in handy. Those trees look like the trees from Digital Devil Saga a little bit. Probably not as artificial, though. But yeah, there's the lab in all of its splendor. When we come back, I'll see if I can kind of linger on the Vista shot there, because this game actually has some pretty cool Vista shots when you first enter locations, so... But anyway, we started at the Pokemon HQ lab, the Ore region's top research lab that studies Pokemon comprehensively. And in order to find Jovi, we're going to have to go to Dr. Kamenko's house, the peculiar manor that is home to the eccentric scientist, Dr. Kamenko. Makes sense. Let's head there, shall we? And you don't get a motorbike that's terrible for the environment in this one. You get an electric scooter. Much more environmentally friendly. Fits with the message of Gen 3 a little bit more. Yeah, that is a very eccentric house, isn't it? I would imagine his electric bill isn't very high, though, if he's taking advantage of all the thunder and lightning around here. Good lord. Kind of a spooky place, though, isn't it? It's a cool fountain, though. I kind of feel bad for the Groudon, however you say it, in the middle there, because, I mean, he's the land god? I don't even know, land god, I guess, and he's stuck in the middle of a bunch of water. Seems kind of mean, but maybe that's just me. Well, let's knock on the door to the spooky house, shall we? Stop right there, criminal scum! Oh, hi there. No, not a burglar. Chobin, adjust your glasses. I've been here 1,000,000 times. You just want to battle me, don't you? Well, maybe if he took another assistant, what would you say then? Let's find out. No, he's not going to take another assistant. But we do have to fight Kamenko's aide, Chobin. So let's do that, shall we? A little bit of extra experience can never hurt nobody. He's got a Sunkern, so this shouldn't take very long. Eevee, let's do this. Like, why use Plusle when you can use Light Ball Pikachu, either version of Raichu? That electric doggo from Galar, Luxray, Plusle just has too much competition. Yeah, fair enough, yeah. You are the younger sibling, and you're typically more responsible than your older brother. That's an interesting dynamic. I guess it just depends on the situation, though. I'm sure my younger brothers have felt more responsible in certain situations than I have. So, I can only speak from my own experience, unfortunately. He has a seed, I know. Like, you'd think he would have had something more threatening, but apparently not. It's the easiest tutorial battle ever. Yeah, I guess they figured, hey, we should probably take it easy on them. We did just throw a Metagross at them a minute ago. So, for me, that was several minutes, but you're not supposed to go as slow as you did out of the lab if you're, you know, playing normally. So, I play slow, though, so that's pretty much the standard around here. No, you were definitely the more responsible one, even in the eyes of the adults around you. Oh, okay, gotcha. He's got a fancy articulating tie. I would like to never look at his eyes again, though. Thank you very much. Keep the glasses on, Chobin. You have mouths for eyes. The fuck are you, a cataquack? Jesus. No, you were definitely... I already read that one. That's my bad. Why are you already about to level? I don't know. They start you pretty close to level 11 in this one for some reason. Maybe I fought the one guy that's over at the lab that I didn't fight before this, so... Yeah, level 10.75. Chelbin, again, adjust your glasses. It's just me. No, not a burglar. Well, I wanted the free experience from the fight. You ask me this question every time I come here, with her. Hello, sister. Well... How'd you know? I'll play along. I'm a good older brother. Wah, wah. Oh, okay, cool. Sure, I'll see what they've got in here. Trust me, she is a handful. Yeah, that's who. I'm her older brother, so... Well, yeah, she's a rambunctious 6-year-old. I mean, she's pretty hard to keep track of. Well, I'm already here, so I guess I might as well. No one in that family has the same hair color. I'm not sorry. What's a gene pool? An abstract concept. Yeah, in a game like this, it's probably true. So. Alright, Chobin, what do you got for these inventions? Uh-huh. Can you give me an example? Yes, it does need explaining. I don't know that I agree with your logic, but okay. What is he inventing? You can't just invent without having a subject. That's just twiddling your thumbs. Oh boy. How do you even know? There's a wall between us, and I guess that you could hear them through the door, but... Yeah, like where we can see over the top of this because of the top-down perspective, there's roofing there, normally. You can't normally see that if you're just sitting in the room. So, okay. You have a VCR still? Good lord, Chobin, get with the times. It's 2021. No, but at this point in time, VCRs were still all the rage. I think DVDs were just starting to take off when this game came out in 2005, so... I think I have to sneeze, excuse me. Excuse me again, I'm allergic to Chobin's terrible narration. Good lord. Must be dusty in my room. Wasn't the mama brunette? You have red hair and Jovi has blue. How? Once again. 04 was it? Yeah, VCRs are still a thing. Yeah, 04 or 05, I think, for this one. I think it came out in 2004 in Japan, and then it came out in 05 in the US, if I remember right, so. The unhealthy sandals. Uh-huh. That sounds terrible. Why would you ever wear those? Okay. Uh-huh. I think there's like 10 or 12 inventions as well. So my thought process was that we'll check the VCR about 3 times every time we come to the manor. And I think we'll come here a few times throughout the game if I remember right, so we should have enough time to view them all by the time we're done. So I hope I remember to do that, though, because that's the kind of thing that I say I'm going to do, and then I forget to do it later, so we'll see. We'll at least see the first 3, I know that much, because I'm going to watch it 2 more times right now. We also have the power-draining light bulb. Oh, this is going to be good. Again, why would you even do that? Is that why this place needs to use lightning rods? Because you have to, like, fucking, what's the word I'm looking for? It starts with an S. I don't remember. It's like something, supplement, that's the word I'm looking for. Supplement your electricity bill because of these damn bulbs that you've got here. Okay. And the last one we'll see for now is the superpowered jet vacuum cleaner. You just wanted to make a Professor Egad reference, didn't you? Uh-huh. Yes, but what if I open my door and stick the back of the vacuum out there? What will you do then, inventor? I have trumped your trump card. Can I even go in here just yet? No, don't think so. And Chobin doesn't even have an explanation as to why, but we'll go in there later. Hello, sir. I did, actually, yes. So this is Mackin. He's the parts shop owner in Gateon Port. Okay, cool. How you doing? He's doing pretty good. He's busy with his research as usual. They're almost done with their big project, so... Oh, sure, I'll pass the message along. Why not? Hey, there's Mimi. Well, the gang's all here now. My god, this relic has relics like VCRs inside of it. This game is a literal time capsule. These inventions are really, really situational. These are the kinds of inventions that you'd, like, wear in a challenge run in an RPG because you wanted to make the game harder for yourself. So, that's a schematic, Jovi. I know that word because it was in a dictionary. Yes, it is. Yeah, I know, but Mom wants us to go home. They're almost done with the big machine that they're making over there, so they want us to go back. Yes, I don't know how to get home from here. I'm gonna need you to give me directions. There's literally no point. Trust me when, I don't have a little sister, but trust me when I tell you, when they're this age, there's no point arguing with them. They will not hear you and they'll just get frustrated. If you just play along with them, things go a lot smoother. So. Come on, Mimi, let's get going. And Jovi has joined our party. Nice. Has he been listening to you at all? I feel like he's been kind of stuck in his own little bubble here. A few minutes. Apparently so. I don't know that that's what that word means, but sure, why not? For the purpose of this conversation, yeah, Jovi, that makes sense. Alright, well, we're done. Let's head out. Oh, mine and Mimi, that makes sense. I'm done. Well, no, it's fine. It's just... I think because it's not pronounced my, like, obviously then, if it was pronounced that way, it would make more sense, but, like, you'd get the nickname convention a little bit quicker, but, you know. Or inventions that a villain would use to inconvenience the hero. Yeah, that's true. Right there, children around that age will not follow along with you, so just give up. That's the idea, yep. This girl has quite the vocabulary. She's pretty good. I mean, that's probably what happens when you grow up in a lab, right? You kind of pick up on a lot of the jargon. And I'm sure a lot of these people use a lot of big words because they're, you know, lab assistants and scientists, so they naturally have a more articulated vernacular. There's a bunch of big words for you right there. Have you found Jovi, Professor Crane? Dear Mikey, you appear to have traveled far in your search for Jovi. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Please come back to the HQ lab as soon as you find her. I need your help with something. Okay. A personal letter from the professor and he needs help with something? Boy, he could have just told me that before I left. Yeah, email from the professor. Okay, fair enough. I was just going to ask for directions and let you stay here and inconvenience the doctor, but hey, if you want to come home too, who am I to judge? Let's go, Jovi. We'll take a ride. Like a game you played where the main character heard so much French growing up that she was fluent in it despite almost never using it. Yes, and that's it's part of just being like a kid, right? It's just, you pick up on stuff like that a lot easier than you do as an adult. As an adult, you really have to work for that stuff, but when you're a kid and you're already learning so much, it just sort of comes naturally if you pick up on stuff, you know? A lot easier for you to get it than when you're an adult. When you're an adult, you really have to work for it. But anyway, there we go. Jovi's taking a ride with us. Yeah, you sponged stuff as a child, that's for sure, yeah. So there's the vista. It's kind of cool. I like the articulating Pokeball on the top of the lab. It's completely unnecessary, but it's pretty cool looking. So, I don't know why it's bouncing up and down, but hey, who am I to judge with their choice of stuff here? I think I need to blow my nose. Give me a second. Let me turn the mic off and do that. The mic is still off, yes. I could have sworn I hit the button, but that's okay. What did I say before this? Nothing in particular, I don't think that was worth it, so. Yeah, no, the mic was still off. That's my bad. So. You were in the middle of hide and seek. I would think you wouldn't have forgotten that. Yeah, lost content indeed. It's fine. Actually, it wasn't a bad deal. It was pretty advantageous because one of my parents came downstairs and mentioned that I had to do something while I was in the middle of the stream, so. Fair enough. Well, at least Adon's back isn't going to be hurting anymore, so you're welcome. Okay, sure, I'll go do that. But before we do that, can I battle you just yet? This guy battles you occasionally in the game, so. Excuse me. Yeah, that's what they've been telling me. I mean, it's just you and me pretty much that racks up scores on that thing. Nobody else really uses it that frequently, so. Sure, I'll battle you. Why not? Let's get it on! So yes, a super trainer is here, and you would think with a name like that he'd be pretty difficult, but he's got a Sentret, so not that difficult. You're probably going to KO it in 2 hits. I'm just going to use Bite, even if I don't get as much special attack with Eevee for right now, just because it's 100% accurate and it has that flinch chance. Like, those in combination are too good to pass up at the moment, so. I ain't even worried about Defense Curl. You think I'm using a physical attack? Chomping down on you in this game is considered a special attack. Get your numbers right. Bam! Incidentally, when you evolve your Eevee later in the game, if you want to turn it into an Espeon, you totally could. Having the extra Dark-type coverage in this game makes Espeon a house. It gets really... Because normally you can't hardly get any other moves that take advantage of its high special attack in this one, so... Really, the same thing goes for Jolteon, too, because the added coverage that isn't just like Pin Missile or Double Kick really helps Jolteon. So, because it can learn Shadow Ball, but Shadow Ball is physical in this one, and it doesn't have nearly the kind of physical attack that it can work with, like its special attack, so, yeah. Eevee's adorable when it rolls and spins during the attack animations. You went Espeon as a kid. It's a good Pokemon. Psychic types in this game are actually really powerful. They're one of the most effective types in the game alongside electric types. So both Espeon and Jolteon end up being really strong all the way through the game. So, yeah. But yeah, Eevee's sprite is pretty adorable. We can thank Hal Laboratory for that one. That's a Pokemon Stadium special. Adult, you would go with Vaporeon or Glaceon if possible. Vaporeon is also really solid, yes. It because of its extra HP and its good special attack, can learn water and ice type moves, which are both pretty good. It can't get Surf, but there's very few Pokemon in this game that can actually get Surf. It's not nearly as OP as it was. Well, actually, it is just about as OP as it was in Coliseum. It's just that they took it away from most of the water types in this one, so you can't abuse it as much. We won't be abusing it in this one, personally, unless the water type that I'm using at the time, like, temporarily has Surf. So, we'll talk about that later. Probably a good idea. You could probably rack up a decent score and get better, so... Hey, Spite Shock, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. No fishing or surfing, Vaporeon's a really good choice. There's really only 2 water types, including Vaporeon, for much of the game. A lot of the water types in this one don't have a pure water typing either, for me personally. That's a big deal, because oftentimes the additional type, like Ice type or something to that effect, it makes it hard to fit them into a team for me, because their additional weaknesses are hard to cover. Like, if it's an Ice type, oftentimes I end up having 3 fighting weaknesses on the team, just because of the fact that they've got that extra ice typing, and that's hard to cover. I like pure water types for that reason, personally, because they have such solid defensive typing, just having that one type. So, they only have 2 weaknesses, and oftentimes those are covered by a bunch of other Pokemon in your team. So, yeah, that's why I usually use pure water types myself, so... What you're saying is you'll be going Flareon this playthrough. Maybe. We'll find out soon. Walrein isn't a water type. Please don't count it. It's an ice type. It gets water gun and that's it. I mean, that's not entirely wrong. I don't think... What does it get for water type moves in this one? Does it get Water Pulse? I think it gets that only as a TM. I don't think it gets it naturally. So I think it ends up being more of an ice type than a water type. I forget. Well, we'll find out later. I'll be trying in this one to catch all the Shadow Pokemon like, what's it called? Like I did in Coliseum, so... Yeah, we'll see what we can do. Oh, I was gonna say, Professor? You seen Professor Crane anywhere? Kind of, yeah. Oh, did he go the other way? Like, did he go this way? Maybe he was checking up on the other people in the lab, because I came up from here and he wasn't down there, so... Incidentally, though, he probably went looking in our room to see if we went back there after taking Jovi back, and then he kind of came back around the other way, so that would probably explain why we didn't see him on the way through, so... Hey, Professor, I found you. You probably could have seen him, like, you can kind of say, oh yeah, you could see him anyway because there's windows on this room, so you could probably... You don't have to be like, oh yeah, the top down allowed me to see him and totally break your immersion, so... It gets Water Pulse at TM, it gets no water-type moves on level up, really, in Gen 3. That's no good. That definitely doesn't help it, that's for sure. I think they did that in Hoenn because they were like, oh, it's fine, it's, you know, a late-game Pokemon, you've probably got a bunch of other water moves, and if you don't, the Water Gym's coming up, so you'll have one for it, but in a game like this, where you get it a lot earlier, it probably doesn't help it too much. Then again, I don't think Seal gets too many water-type moves either by level up, and it's in this game too, so... yeah, I think he chatted about it before, if the Snag Machine is the device he was making to catch Pokemon, so... okay, cool. So this was like a side project to the Purify Chamber, huh? I can help you test it, sure, but how do you test it? Are we gonna go find wild Pokemon, Professor? How's it gonna work? Well, hopefully they'll explain in just a moment. But yeah, so the Snag Machine is in this game, but it is actually legit in this one. It wasn't invented by criminals, it was invented by scientists. They probably redesigned it, so repurposed it. And you'll have Surf before you get to Shoal Cave. Yes, that's true. In order to even get into Shoal Cave, you'll have Surf, and that's one of the best water moves in the game, so yeah. You use it to steal Pokemon from another trainer? Professor, why would you invent something so evil? You're not turning into Dr. Kamenko, are you? I hope not. Yeah, a few people have mentioned them. Yeah, it kind of sucks being in that position where your heart's closed so you can't feel any emotions. Sucks. Oh, okay, but again, aren't Shadow Pokemon gone? Didn't they purify all of them 5 years ago? Okay. I guess, again, better safe than sorry, but... Well, I'll see what I can do, I guess. I don't know how you test... Well, actually, no, we have Battle Sim, so I guess we could test it that way. So, what do you think there, Aiden? We've got Adon and Aiden. Great. I'm going to get those confused eventually. Well, why? You're not trying it on. Let me see what this thing looks like. Fancy. It even has that little pulse. I think that's in there the whole game. Like, I think it pulses like that when you're standing idle. I don't think you can see it from this angle, but I think if the camera was zoomed in a little more, you could see it articulating like that. But yeah, they changed up the snag machine a little bit, so it doesn't just look like a big old, like, armor gauntlet. It's just, like, it's got a little more of a mechanical look to it. So, it's kind of cool. I like it. I like the redesign. Oh, a shadow monitor. Okay, cool. Let's see what you've got. So yes, you plug in the new card into the PDA and it'll add features to it. We had the strategy memo and the mailbox before this, but now we have the shadow monitor as well. That's cool. Maybe I'll check out the PDA before we leave here. I don't know. Yeah, it probably would be a little easier to just show me how it works, so... Okay, fair enough. What's that? Oh, okay, sure. So we get 5 Pokeballs, but Aiden, wouldn't they give me these in the sim? Can't they, like, program that into the machine? Why would I need them in real life? Fortuitous coincidence, because... What's that noise? Uh-oh, danger music! That's not good. Professor, what's happening? Receptionist, what's happening? Ah, that's not good. Aiden, stay here, guard the machine. Everybody stay calm. The professor may have been kidnapped. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Ah, hell. I'm the best trainer in this lab. They even said that, even over the adults, and I don't think they were patronizing me. I'm pretty sure it's actually true. Blissey, guard the fort. I'll be back. I gotta go help the professor. Can't leave this to the adults. As you can plainly see, none of them can be trusted to fix this shit. Man, that guy's swole. I don't remember taking a new job. Oh boy. That is a good question. Their armor looks a little familiar, but maybe we'll be able to ask him later. Apherd, are you okay? Yeah, they did mug you. Good lord. Well, maybe you should have sent your Pokemon out first. Maybe they would have sniffed out the competition before you had that problem. Are you okay? Apparently not. Pineco, are you okay? No, maybe he used self-destruct. Oh boy. Alright, criminal scum. You violated the law, and I'm the law around here. Well, good, because neither do I. Can we have that Blissey help us? Boy, that would be nice. Hang on, Professor. I'll get you out of this. Teddiursa, huh? Okay, it's a little tougher than the Sunkern and the Sentret we've been fighting, but I can probably handle it. Oh, Professor... Whoa! Professor, is it supposed to glow like that? Yeah, so an additional function of the snag machine itself is the aura reader. Before, in Coliseum, you had to have somebody else help you identify shadow Pokemon, but they actually programmed it directly into the snag machine in this one. And apparently the Teddiursa is a shadow Pokemon, so that's great. Shouldn't I weaken it first, or paralyze it or something? No, this one's actually a guaranteed capture, so just take your Pokeball, toss it at it, and then there you go. I think the professor actually yells at you if you try to fight it. He's like, no, you shouldn't do that, just throw a Pokeball. So just throw a Pokeball, it's easier. Alright, Teddiursa, you're coming with me! These people got screwed up. They're a little more comedically evil in this one in some cases. I don't think they changed that much, though. It's not as drastic of a change as, like, Team Plasma between Black and White 1 and 2, so... Well, your Teddiursa was there, and now at the speed of light it's gone. So what did you think it is there, Naps? Apparently he's willing to give me some of his money, even though he's a dirty, dirty criminal, too, so that's fun. Not like that's abnormal for the Pokemon region. Team Rocket's been doing that since Gen 1. Well, this is how I stole your Teddiursa from you. It's a research lab. What do you think it's doing here? Oh boy. Professor, no! Don't take my father figure away from me! I like what they did with the camera angles there. His animation never changed. He was still doing the pushing away from them animation, even though his model was just twisted 90 degrees. But because of the camera angles, it looked like he was actually, like, struggling a little bit. It's a nice little time-saving feature. So, I can appreciate. What I can't appreciate is that they took away the most important scientist in the lab. What the hell? Boy, I hope you're right. Those guys look like they meant business. Yeah, Ursaring is actually really powerful by the end game. Because it's a normal type, it has pretty solid neutral advantages against basically everything in the game. So it does good work. I'd use it if it wasn't for the fact that I already have my team sorted together and I'm not going to be using it. But it's pretty solid if you want to use it yourselves. A lot of people that I've seen play this game on YouTube have used it, though. So I kind of said, maybe I'll shy away from it a little bit. I'm going to try to use stuff that's a little bit less used less often. There we go. But I don't know how well that'll actually work out. We'll see. Oh boy, I hope so. The authorities have things stretched a little thin, though, in the Ore region. Last I checked, it was just those two guys in Pyrite Town. So, and Duking, I guess. So that's why they were making a new snag machine, because they thought Shadow Pokemon were going to be coming back. What a trend to start again, good lord. Yeah, that's unfortunate. How could they make so many Shadow Pokemon in secret? Well, we'll find that out later, but short answer, you probably already know if you played Coliseum. So. Oh, man. Well, now what are we supposed to do? Are you sure you have enough manpower, Mom? That's a big project. Yeah, I had to turn up the music for this one. This is one of the best tracks in the game. They got Tsukasa Tawada back for the OST for this one, and if you liked his music in Coliseum, you're gonna love the tracks in this one. I'll let you listen to this a little bit. Alright, Conker, you go get yourself some rest as well. Take it easy. We'll see you on the next one. Yeah, like I said, if you enjoyed the soundtrack from Coliseum, Tsukasa Tawada is back for this one, and all the tracks in this one are pretty good too, so we'll probably be stopping quite a bit to listen to the music, so apologies if you would rather I pace this more effectively. I will not be doing that. You know, here's a thought. Why not just call in the legions of Officer Jenny? We have authorities. Why don't we actually use them? Is Officer Jenny in the actual games? I forget. I think she's in Pokemon Yellow, but I don't know if she's like Nurse Joy, where she actually transitions from the anime into the games in most capacities. So, but if she was, yeah, it would make sense that you'd call her in, but, you know. Only in Yellow, she never shows up otherwise. Yeah, that might make sense then as to why we didn't call her in. So, it'd be nice if we could, though. That'd be a lot of manpower. So. Well, that's true. Can't really rely on just one person to get the job done. You all work together on it. Yeah, your mom's kind of a badass in this one. She kind of has that tough love attitude towards you, but when shit hits the fan like this, she gets going. It's pretty good. It's a nice parental figure to have you look up to, so. Hopefully, but that might be a little while, Jovi. You got a little bit of time before you can train up Pokemon like that. Well, maybe soon. We'll see what you can do. I don't know. Let's go ask Mom. She seemed like she had a good idea. Is she in here? No, she's not. But at least everybody in here is okay. Did you hold down the fort, Blissey? Good work. Thanks. We'll check out our new Teddy Ursa in a little bit, and we'll also check the PDA, because I forgot to do that a few minutes ago. But we'll check that stuff out later. For now, let's go see what Mom's up to. Well, she's not in the professor's office either, so she's got to be around here somewhere. There she is. Probably just checking on each little aspect of the project, so... Oh, sure, okay. Yeah, actually, the machine part shop owner wanted me to pass along the message. They've actually got it in now, so I can go pick it up. Probably be a little easier. But yeah, you could probably see Gadeon Port a little bit from the world map before, but now there's an actual icon for it, so we can actually go there. Oh, hi, Jovi. Oh, boy. She's really raring for adventure today, isn't she? If that's the excuse you gotta give her, alright. I love how the character looks at his mom like, really, Mom? Come on. I guess not. It's not like she's gonna stay here even if I didn't want to go with her, so... Yeah, alright. So anyway, Jovi joins your party again. And yep, we can head off to Gadeon Port now. Sounds good. We'll be back with the machine part as soon as we can. Come on, Jovi, we got an important mission. What's up, Adon? You fell asleep under there? I thought your back was hurting. Well, I don't know about that. Kecleon, it's okay. You can come out now. Hide and seek is over for the day. I should probably tell that lady in our room that I'm taking Jovi with me. She might get worried if Jovi doesn't go running around here. I should probably also tell Plusle, because, you know, it's kind of Jovi's Pokemon, so... I think it's Jovi's Pokemon in this one. If it's not, I don't know whose that Plusle is, so... I guess it could be Lily's. Yeah, probably. Well, sounds like everybody here's gonna have to keep her in check, so... I will do that. Not to worry. Yeah, I don't know what Plusle's nickname is. I don't know if it ever is given a nickname in this one, but bye, guys. We'll be back. Hold down the fort while we're gone. Aphrid, you alright? Oh. Man. First drill of trainer battles was completely ignored, wasn't it? Good lord. Hey, man, I locked eyes with you. You gotta fight me. Bah! Just smack him across the face, so. Oh, did they run to the southeast? Oh, boy. I hope they didn't go to Dr. Kamenko's manor. I don't think the doctor would be doing anything like that, but yeah, it would kind of suck if he ran into them. How could he do all his research if he did? We should go check on him, actually. It's probably a good idea. Oh, Aiden, hey. Yeah, we're off to Gadeon Port to pick up a machine part. And that. Yes, that too. Thank you, I think. Oh, really? Okay. Well, I probably should have come talk to you to see if you wanted it back before I left, but everything was happening so quickly, I guess I just figured we could go. I would have brought it back anyway, but... Alright, I'll see what I can do. Ah, okay, cool. So yeah, now you don't have to go to the outskirts stand just to buy Pokeballs everywhere. I think they're in... Excuse me, most any of the shops in this game, if I recall correctly. I don't think you have to go to one in particular to buy them, so... You can't buy them just yet, but you'll be able to by the time you need them, so... What do you got? Ah, Crane Memos! So these are kind of like the Ein files from the last game. They tell you some information about the Snag Machine and Shadow Pokemon, so... Yeah, we'll check them out. They'll probably end up at the bottom of my inventory, like the other ones did, but that's okay. Since it gave me an opportunity to go into the menu, let's take a look at a couple of things. First of all, we'll check on our new Shadow Teddy Ursa that we got here. Female. Don't know the nature yet because its heart gauge isn't quite as low enough for us to figure that out yet. Looks like it's got pretty good stats, though. That attack stat is pretty high, actually. It's got pickup, which is not a bad ability. And heart gauges in this one are actually smaller than they were in Colosseum, so it'll take less time of walking around to actually purify these Pokemon. So we do have new Shadow moves to take care of in this game, though. And you have to be pretty careful about some of these because they're pretty powerful. You'll usually get a couple of unique moves, unique Shadow moves when you have the different Shadow Pokemon in your party. Shadow Blitz is pretty common, though. It's basically Shadow version of Tackle. And then Shadow Mist reduces evasiveness to both Pokemon in the opposing party, which will allow you to actually use Tackle now because you won't miss it. So that's good. Not that you're gonna, because you just have Bite for that, but, you know. So there's that. Let's check out the Crane memos, and then we'll look at the PDA, and then we'll be off. Okay, so we got 4 Pokeballs. We're still okay in terms of that. So let's check out Crane Memo 1, RE, the Snag System. Let me take a drink before I go reading here. There we go. Shadow Pokemon are victims of criminals who use them for misdeeds. They must be taken from their bad masters and protected. The most effective means of taking such Pokemon from criminals is the Snag System, developed by Cypher 5 years ago. It is an unforgivable act among trainers to steal another trainer's Pokemon, but there's no other way to save Shadow Pokemon, not willingly at least. I don't think that criminals will just give them to you. The Snag System was originally designed to steal any Pokemon from trainers. We must immediately develop a system that snags only Shadow Pokemon and nothing else. So yeah, if you try to throw a Pokeball at a Pokemon that isn't a Shadow Pokemon in this game, you don't get any message from a partner or anything saying, hey, you can't do that. Basically, the Snag Machine says, I can't function if you're throwing me at a normal Pokemon. I only function for Shadow Pokemon, so maybe don't do that. Anyway, let's read about the Aura Reader in Crane Memo 2. It is impossible for ordinary people to distinguish Shadow Pokemon from regular Pokemon based on appearance. In developing a new SAG system, our biggest challenge was devising some means of recognizing Shadow Pokemon immediately. We solved this challenge with a headset device that senses Shadow Pokemon. We named this headset the Aura Reader, and apparently it activates even if you don't know what's on your head, so that's cool. Nice and convenient, I guess. Here's our PDA. So we've got the mailbox. This will have all the emails that we get in it. We also got the strategy memo, which displays the Pokemon that we have met in the game so far. It'll tell us their type, and then if you look over here, it'll give an ability as well. And it'll give you the abilities for all of the Pokemon as well. You can also look at their a view of them and turn them with the C-Stick and get their cry and everything. So there's that. So it's basically the Pokedex, essentially. Shows you their size versus you. Sizes are actually realistic in this game, like they were in Coliseum. And then how it matches up against other Pokemon. That's attack types over there on the right side, by the way, because fighting in that case is super effective. Ghost is has an immunity, so it's, you know, obviously does no damage at all. But that'll tell you how other types match up against it rather than its type against others. So yeah, sometimes you got to make sure when you have it the other way around, it doesn't do it that way, you know. Does that make any sense? Probably not. Anyway, we also have the Shadow Monitor, which will let us take a look at all of the Shadow Pokemon that we have available to us at a glance. It tells us their heart gauge, whether or not we've captured them, what Pokeball we've captured them in, and where they are located. This is actually an important function, and we'll probably be using that to some extent later in the game when we get more locations that we can put Shadow Pokemon. What that means at the moment is probably still a mystery, but don't worry about it. We'll figure that out later. I'm going to save now because we haven't saved yet. It's a Pokédex 3D before the 3DS became a thing. Yes, exactly. So, pretty interesting, pretty innovative for the time. I'm going to leave this way because we're actually going to go to the southeast, even though that looks like it kind of curves to the northeast. I'm going to go back to Dr. Kamenko's house and make sure that those peons didn't come here and try to harass him. Because if Chobin's the only one guarding the lab, they could get in pretty easily. So Jovi, let's check on the doctor, and then if he's okay, we'll go to Gadion Port after that. Oh, not again. Hi, Chobin. Remember us? Chobin, Jovi's right there! You know her! You recognized her by eyesight last time. Again, I think he just wants to battle. Fine, let's do this. Not a lot of people get this battle, actually. When they play this game. A lot of people skip this one because you never have to come back here at this point until much later in the game, but you get a little bit of a sneak peek at what's to come if you do this battle, so let's do it. We got a Sunkern and a Magikarp to fight, so Eevee and Teddiursa will have to help it, so help us out for it. It shouldn't be too bad. It's a Magikarp and a Sunkern, like, come on now. One thing that you can do with this battle, though, is, and actually I'm going to do it this way, I'm going to bite the Magikarp instead, get some fish food. You can test out Teddiursa's Shadow moves, and when we use this on Sunkern in a minute, you'll know how Shadow moves have changed since Coliseum, because they have. This one's slightly weaker than Shadow Rush was in Coliseum itself, but take a look at what happens now when we hit the Sunkern with it. So all shadow moves in this game are considered super effective on normal Pokemon. If you use a shadow move on a non-shadow Pokemon, it will hit them super effectively. Every time. Which means they're effectively double power as long as you don't use them on other shadow Pokemon. If you do, they're not very effective. And type advantages and disadvantages don't even come into play in that case. It's just, are you a shadow Pokemon? Yes, it's not very effective. No, it's super effective. And that makes them very dangerous, which means that we're going to get even more mileage out of Reflect and Light Screen in this game than we did in Coliseum, and it already did work for us in that one, so yeah. You got this one? You thought everyone got it? I don't know. Quite a few people that I've seen play this game on YouTube never bothered coming here after the lab, so figured I'd make sure, just in case anybody didn't get it, I'd let you know, hey, you can get it, so it gets a little extra money for us as well, so that's not too bad. Genius Sonority was way ahead of the curve in making Game Freak a ton of cash. They made that horrible cash grab that's Pokemon Shuffle, yeah. It feels like Genius Sonority, I mean, it feels like just with these two games, because Coliseum was the first game that they developed as a studio, but just with these two games, they already had a good idea about how to make the Pokemon formula a little bit different from the norm, and honestly, I would have preferred if they made a few more fully fledged Pokemon games. It's like how I wanted Obsidian to make another Fallout game, but no, that's neither here nor there. That's me, and Jovi's right there. Why are you still fighting me? Yeah, we just came to check on you guys to make sure you're okay. So. Fair enough, sure. Well, since we're here, let's go check a few more of the inventions so Chobin doesn't get mad at me and battle me again on the way out. But one of those things that's been lost to time. People don't explore and talk to every NPC anymore. Yeah, that's fair. I feel like it's one of those things that I still do, but I'm like one of the few people that still does. At least in Pokemon games, I try to talk to as many NPCs as I can because there's not a lot of them, you know? Like, you get to a game like Final Fantasy XII, you talk to every NPC in that game, you're going to be there a while. But in this game, there's not a terrible amount of people, and they usually only have a couple of lines, so it's like, okay, you know. What do we got this time? Power-saving refrigerator. I mean, that doesn't sound too bad. Okay. Oh, now I see the problem. Oh my god. That's actually really vindictive. What the hell, Dr. Kamenko? Okay, next one. Next one is the time cut recorder. What do we got? Oh, okay. That's just mean. Oh my god. Alright, next one. Someone's writing all that dialogue that no one reads. Thankless AF job. Yeah, I feel for those people. That's why I try to read them when I can, you know? So, it just depends on the game, though. Like I said, if it's Final Fantasy XII, I'm sorry. I know that your job is thankless, but I don't think I'm going to spend an extra 10 hours playing the game just to read all the dialogue. I appreciate your work, but I don't think I'm going to show it. Oh, we got the discount calendar. So it's a pre-Julian calendar. Okay. That would probably be a little bit difficult, yeah. Yeah, I think there's like 4 more, if I remember right, so I think we'll view the next time we go there, I think we'll view 4, and then after that we'll be done. Aw, come on, I want to see Jovi with your googly glasses. That would be hilarious. Yeah, she mentions stealing his googly glasses every time you bring her here, so it's pretty funny. So, not that you can bring her here for that much longer in the game. Spoiler alert, she's not going to be your partner for the whole game, so it'd be kind of hard to drag a 6-year-old kid across the entirety of this region with no means of protecting herself with Pokemon, so. Anyway, we gotta go to Gateon Port now, a lively seaport with active trade. Loitering sailors are a common sight, and probably they're going to want to battle, so I guess that'll be good experience for Eevee and Teddiursa. Got a pretty good little seaside banjo going in the background here, though. I kind of dig it. The sea, as far as the eye can see. By the end of the game, I'll be sick of the sea. Actually, that's Hoenn, not this game, so. All right, let's follow Jovi over to the parts shop, grab the machine part, and then we'll be good to go. Okay. This line lives rent-free in my head forever. Like, it'll never leave. I don't know why, but it just sticks in my brain. You okay, Jovi? Get a hold of yourself, girl. This guy looks like he has a haircut from fucking Rocky Rodent. It's like that one buzzsaw hair that you can, like, pull off of your head and whip at people like a boomerang. Rocky Rodent was a fucking ride, dude. I probably should play the game for the stream at one point, but it was also, like, difficult for no apparent reason. I remember it being, like, really, really hard for, like, no reason at all, so. Uh-oh. Angry buff dude! Come on, man. She's like 6 years old. Lay off a little bit, would ya? What are you gonna do? Beat up a child? What do you think this is? An M-rated game? I am, and I'm talking to you, jackass. Lay off my sister, or I'm gonna fuck you up. Speaking of M-rated games. I don't know what you're implying with that, but again, this is not M-rated, dude. You need to stop. Imagine a modern-day ore. If this is 5 years after the last game, imagine 2 decades after this one. Ore might be half greenery, or the desert might be gone. I think that would be cool, honestly. I think it'd be cool to see the ore region, like, decades after this game. To, like, come back to it for another generation. I think it'd be a cool, like, callback. And also it'd be cool to see how the region looked after several years worth of forestation, not deforestation. That's when the desert's expanding. The opposite of deforestation, so I guess just forestation. You have a shadow Pokemon? Well, this might be my lucky day. Hang on, Jovi, I got this. Oh, it's a Zangoose. Maybe I don't got this. Help! Oh, good. Help has arrived. Yeah, this isn't the time to use that. Haven't you ever heard Professor Oak's voice in your head? No, that's just me? Damn it. The voices in my head are getting louder. Again, your choice of words, man, just it makes me wonder what the hell you're thinking in there. The answer is no thoughts, head empty. Might be a good idea to step in. I mean, we are children. I'll do the best I can, but it's a Zangoose, dude. Like, that thing would eat my Eevee. Rabid mongoose. I'm gonna need an Arbok to take it out. I don't know, he looks pretty strong, Zook. I don't know if it's a good idea for you to mess with him. Of course, you don't care. You'll mess with anybody because that's who you are. One of these days, you're gonna pay for that. And it looks like that day is today. Oh, this is gonna suck for that Zangoose. That is one of the most powerful special attackers in the game, hitting a Pokemon 16 levels lower than it. That's like 6 dead Zangoose right there. Goodbye! Thank you, Mystery Man, for coming to my rescue. Good lord. Yeah, Seviper, yeah. Although I think that Zangoose and Seviper are, because they're like mortal enemies, maybe introducing a different snake that it's never seen before with different tactics would throw Zangoose off its game. I don't know. I'm thinking of like invasive species, but like using it to defeat predators. I don't know. Maybe I'm just overthinking this, probably. That's normal. I overthink a lot of things in these games. Yeah, alright. I don't know if they will. You're probably just a stepping stone on the road to their greatness. I love how he just knows. He's like, nah, you stomped him so flat, he might as well be a pancake right now. Just leave him on the street. Well, cool. Again, glad that they were around at the most convenient possible time. This is Mr. Verich, by the way. I think Ardos there mentioned his name before this, but yeah, he's a pretty big deal around here from what I understand. He seems like a pretty chill old dude. Definitely nothing nefarious going on there. Nope, not at all. It's a cool idea for an ecology building, to be honest. Yeah, like, that you have like different species that were introduced by people because they wanted to kill off the predators, but then there's like some sort of weird ecological collapse that happens because they killed the predators and the predators actually killed something else that was like a nuisance, you know? Like if you killed all the Zangoose with the Arbok, what would eat all the Seviper and what would eat all the small mice? So you'd have like a Rattata, a Rattata invasion or something like that happening. They kind of did something like that in one of the older Pokemon games, didn't they? Was that in Sinnoh? Where they had, like, not invasive species, but, like, something similar to the Dexnav, if I remember right. I guess the Dexnav is kind of that, but, yeah. Oh, really? Well, it's kind of in his name. He would be very rich, because he's very rich, so. That's what I'm saying. That's also what I'm saying. What the hell, Zook? Well, I'm glad he's not here normally, because I definitely wouldn't want to run into him on the street again. I'm not nearly strong enough to take him on yet, so. Oh, got a bit of a crush, huh? Well, maybe hold on to the railing, ma'am. I wouldn't want to see you fall into the ocean. That would not be good for your, I don't know how to say it without saying elderly, so I'm just going to hold my tongue. We killed all the Metroids, so the X-Parasites started to thrive. Yeah, so something like that. Yep, exactly. Oh, really? What made him decide that? Oh, yeah, I guess it would be kind of hard to raise an Oddish in the ocean. Like, you'd have to bring a bunch of potting soil with you everywhere you went, so. They're both pretty good Pokemon, so. Yeah, you're going to need some kind of a stone, either a leaf stone or a sunstone. But good luck, man. It's a tough endeavor, but I'm sure you'll pull through. Take care of him, Oddish. He might be a handful. By the way, the TVs, when there's something new on the news, it'll always have the flashing ONBS logo with the green screen on it. When there's nothing new, it'll just be like a blank, slightly like sky blue looking screen, if I remember right. So this means there's something new on the news. What do I got? Should I read these? I don't remember if I read these in Coliseum. I don't think I did. Oh, yeah, I guess the news finally got word of this. He did, and then I took it from him. Well, that's not good. Yeah, so that's what the screen looks like when there's no new news. You can still watch TV, I think, if that happens, but it'll just play the same story that you've already seen, so. Oh, okay. Well, let's go check it out, Jovi. I mean, he's probably busy over that way, but the parts shop is this way, so can't hurt to see what kind of goods he's rocking. That was wrong sounding, actually, now that I think about it. Forget I said anything. Oh, okay, you're friends then. See what I mean, though, about the long E sound at the end of a lot of these people's names? I mean, you got Lily, Jovi, Emily, Acree, Mimi. I might as well name my character with a long E sound and just join the trend, you know? Just realized something. Ash got a Thunderstone from Nurse Joy before he beat Lieutenant Surge in his rematch, and they actually called back to it once with Ash giving Pikachu a choice to evolve or not. I think he was in Hoenn and trying to learn Iron Tail. Oh, okay, huh. Yeah, I'm Mikey, but it's still a long E sound, so it still works. I guess I could have named him M-I-K-I, but then I'd get myself confused, I think, because I would start pronouncing it like Miki. I had a classmate at one point in my, I think in either high school or college that was named Miki, and I think it was spelled that way, so yeah, I'd confuse myself. Yeah, Mickey! Epic Mickey! That's me! Yeah, we had a little bit of support, that's for sure. That's me. Nice to meet you. Hello. Yeah, she's said some good things about your family, so it sounds like you guys play around a lot here, so. Oh, okay, huh. Wonder what they're doing out here. Oh, okay, so you've got a pretty active imagination then, huh? I'm sure there's nothing crazy happening in the background with him at all, though. I don't know that you'd probably have to consult with him on some sort of novel to use his likeness for that, because there's nothing crazy happening with him. Yeah, I'll keep my wits about me. As long as I don't run into anyone as strong as Zook again, I think I'll be okay. A little bit. Bro, he buzzed out an endgame Alakazam and stomped a Zangoose. Yeah, I know. I hope we don't run into anyone as strong as them either, because they would kick my ass. I mean, I have an Iron Gauntlet now, so I probably could just punch people in the face if I lost, but this is a kid's game, so they won't let me do that, unfortunately. Can you imagine a Pokemon game where it's like you could just beat the shit out of somebody if you lose? I mean, I think Pokemon Legends is trying to do something like that, where you don't even have to use your Pokemon in a battle. You could just dodge roll like you're playing Dark Souls or some shit, and try to fight the Pokemon by yourself. I don't know how that's going to work out for them, but I wish them luck. I guess it's a novel concept. Uh-oh, that's no good. Well, you'll think of it. If it's an important errand, it'll come back to you. Isn't there a battle sim where you're under level and you have to use strategy to win? Yeah, there's, I think, a few battle sims like that, yeah. So, we'll see them later. No, it's okay to gush. I like them a lot as well. They're kind of like the prototypes to the Pokestar Studios in Black and White 2, actually, and I love that minigame in particular, so I'm pretty stoked about doing battle sims and battle CDs later, too, so. Oh, boy. One of these days I will. Again, no point arguing with them, just let them have their fun. Again, I'm worried about him, you know, telling you to cease and desist because you're using his likeness for something that isn't him, but, I mean, if you get his permission, I guess it's fine. Alright, let's stop messing around. Let's actually go to the parts shop and collect up the part that they need. I'm just kidding, we're still gonna mess around. So, actually, I don't know if I can, or rather I should, mess around right now. I don't know what the game does if you try to go up that way right now. If it, like, just lets you skip over something. I don't think it does. Like, I think you have to go to the parts shop first, and then you have to go over there, and it'll do another sequence that'll let you continue with the story, so. But we'll see in a minute. Yeah, it's pretty good, man. I mean, I can see why you placed second. You did pretty good. I'm glad. Actually, though, I would like to battle you if you're capable of battling, so. At this point, no. I have heard your singing, and it is good, but, yes, I would like to battle if you have the Pokemon. I would love to oblige. So let's battle Sailor Boss, shall we? Alright, so I saw good on his left knuckle. What's on his right one? I don't know what the right one says. Is it just like good guy? Although that'd be kind of weird, right? Because good is like backwards on his left knuckle, so it'd be like guy good because you read left to right. I don't know. I don't even know what's on his right knuckle yet. I should probably check that first before I make any assumptions. I think I'm going to use Tail Whip, actually, because Tail Whip actually reduces the defense of both of the opposing Pokemon by 1, and then that'll make it so Teddiursa hits even harder with this super effective Shadow Blitz. We'll probably one-hit KO the Whismur, so. Meryl's going to take a little more time to KO, but we'll get there. Yeah, there you go. Pretty easy. Might not even have needed that. Teddiursa's pretty strong, but, well, just in case, you know. Can't hurt to be careful. Ow. That was mean. Alright, double team him. Rush him with a cross attack. I don't actually know what game has cross attacks. I think I was thinking of, like, Chrono Cross, but I don't think they're called cross attacks when you have teammates do attacks with each other in that one. Would be kind of a cool name, I guess. It would call back to the game's title, but I think they're just called double techs in that one. Just like they were in Chrono Trigger, so. I don't know, I haven't played through more than the first hour or so of Chrono Cross, so I'm not sure if I'm going to play it blind for the stream or if I'm going to play the whole thing first myself, but it doesn't seem like it's that difficult of a game, so I don't think I'm going to need to play through it myself. So, we'll see. You probably would. My singing voice is not what it used to be. I don't get to sing nearly as often as I used to, so. Well, thank you. And for defeating Sailor Boss, you get TM45 Attract. Not the most useful thing, but it's there. At the very least, it's like an extra $1,000 in your pocket, so that's not bad. What's up, dude? Oh, okay, that makes sense. I mean, otherwise you wouldn't be able to get the ships in all these little harbor sections, so... Oh, well that sucks. Wonder when they're gonna get that fixed. Well, not that we have to get over there anyway. The machine part shop is right here, so... I think I'll just call it a parts shop. 96 bucks as a kid, might as well be rich, yeah. Although it depends, right? Because I think in the case of Poké Dollars, I think they're like the rough equivalent of yen in real life. So it's like, that's like what? 96 cents, I think? Because 100 yen is $1, if I remember correctly. I mean, I guess at this point, he could go out and get like a pack of gum or something for 96 cents. It was probably that expensive back in 2005. Actually, I don't think it's that expensive now for a pack of gum, unless it's a big pack of gum, so... Oh, man. Yeah, but did you ever think that your standoffish attitude might be the reason why he didn't pick you for the customer service job? People these days. Hi. Yeah, I heard, actually. Yeah, he's probably still at Dr. Kemenko's manor. I guess I didn't check to see if he was still there when we went there last time, did I? Yeah. Oh, so his grandson's repairing the rotating bridges. The name looks a little familiar, Pear. Maybe I'll be able to put a name to a face later. Once we see him. Oh, yeah, I guess that could be a bit of a problem. Probably don't get a whole lot of regular customers here. Sure, I'm all for tall tales. This one isn't a tall tale, though. This is a real story, at least in his case. 96 cents, Dollar Store shopping spree, yeah. I'd be cool with that. It really is. I mean, there's like, what, there's going to be like 900 Pokemon or something like that by the time Gen 9 rolls around. So. Oh, really? Well, it's funny you should mention that. I happen to have one. Yeah, at the time they only knew of 5 different kinds of evolutions for Eevee. As we know now, there's more than 5. There's, what, 8 now? So, but at the time, there was only 5. So. Oh, did you? What did you find for Espeon and Umbreon? Don't they evolve with happiness? Well, yes, the answer is yes, but in this game, you can actually directly control which one evolves into what. I'll explain that in a minute, because, well, he's talking about Eevee, and we have an Eevee, so I'm pretty sure you can see where this is going. Oh, okay, cool. So yes, he'll actually give you one of 5 items in order to evolve your Eevee into one of its 5 different forms. The unique items here are the Moon Shard and the Sun Shard. There's no day-night cycle in this game, so they had to give you an item that you could keep in your inventory that will allow you to evolve Eevee into one of these 2. So basically, if you have the Sun Shard in your inventory, when Eevee's happiness gets maxed out, it will evolve into Espeon, as long as you have the Sun Shard. Same thing with the Moon Shard. Once it has maxed out happiness, or not max, but like high enough, it'll evolve into Umbreon as long as you have the Moon Shard in your inventory. We use both of these in Colosseum, though, so I'm going to shy away from the both of them. So that leaves us with Vaporeon, Jolteon, and Flareon. And they're all pretty good. They all have absorbing abilities, which allow them to take the elements that they have and use them for something. In Vaporeon and Jolteon's case, they turn it into HP when they get hit with either a water or an electric type attack. In Flareon's case, its fire type moves actually get more powerful after that, so that's not too bad. For both, all of their abilities are pretty solid, so... It's almost 900 now. Can't wait to see the backlash when Gen 9 only gives us 50 or so new Pokemon instead of the 150 people love to say that every generation needs. Yeah, 150 Pokemon every generation is a lot of Pokemon to design. You'd have a lot of repeats by this point, I think. I mean, I know there's like a lot of diverse animals out there, but still, doesn't mean they'd all make well-designed Pokemon, you know. In terms of the Pokemon that are most useful in this one, like I said, Espeon and Jolteon are probably the most useful because Psychic and Electric types get a lot of mileage in this game. They can hit a lot of things super effectively, especially even if you just had that type combination on something, it can hit a lot of things super effectively. So Umbreon's probably the weakest of the group. It's more defensive, just like it was in Colosseum, than the rest of them. You do get Bite right away, though, so it has a really solid stab move pretty early in the game, but... Well, if you needed Bite, you could have just used Umbreon in Colosseum like we did. In addition to that, Vaporeon, we've already talked about being pretty solid. It's got, you know, a lot of HP. It's got decent defenses, considering all the HP it has. And it learns water and ice type moves by level up that'll allow you to hit things pretty hard. It doesn't learn surf, but you can't really hardly get surf in this one unless it's on very specific Pokemon. So if you can get water pulse or something equivalent to that, that's about as good as you'll need. So you should be good. It's got acid armor. Yeah, it has acid armor to increase its defense as well. Get it later in a late level, but it's not too bad. It's a pretty good defensive Pokemon to have. Me personally, though, Conker was correct. We're going to be using Flareon for this playthrough because I already used Vaporeon for a different playthrough. I already used Espeon and Umbreon in the last game, and I want to save Jolteon for when we play Red, Blue, or Yellow because it's actually pretty good in Gen 1. So, yeah, in this one, we're going to use Flareon. So I'll take that Firestone off your hands. And yeah, it's just like he said, all you got to do is use the Firestone, and then it'll evolve directly into Flareon. I'm not sure if I want to do that right away. It's going to depend on what move Eevee learns at 16 and whether or not I want it. But yeah, we're going to use Flareon for this one. Yeah, Flareon needs more love, yeah, I know. I would have loved to have used it in a generation where it learned Flare Blitz, but I think my opportunity's passed because I would have needed to have used it in Gen 7 for it to know that, I think. So, well, we'll see if we can get you something on the way out, Jovi. Excuse me. Yeah, we have whiled away some time. Maybe I'll, maybe they're done with what they did there, so. Yes, it does. Let's go see if we can watch it in progress, Jovi. Let me actually check right now while I'm thinking about it. See if I want to evolve Eevee into Flareon right away or not. Because it's pretty much just a straight up upgrade in terms of its stats, like, and that would just help immediately for us. It's not really, too big of a deal in terms of, like, its experience that it needs the next level isn't really that much different, so it's really not a big deal. Didn't get Flare Blitz until X and Y, which was a crime in and of itself, yeah, for sure. It needed Flare Blitz way before that. So unless you play Sword and Shield, yeah, and I think we all know how I feel about Sword and Shield, so, yeah, that's not gonna happen. I'm pretty adamant about Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee being the last generation of Pokemon that I play, so. Alright, Eevee's Generation 3 Learn Set. It is based on Ruby and Sapphire's Learn Set in this game as well. They actually, I think Emerald came out the same year as this one, but it came out after this, so all of its moves are still based on Ruby and Sapphire. It learns Growl at 16, which is, I guess, okay in a double battle setting, but I already have Tail Whip, so I'd probably just use that instead of using Growl. So, Eevee, let's do this. Let's go grab that Firestone, and we'll make it evolve right away. There you go. We lose Stab on Tackle, but who the fuck cares about Stab on Tackle? I'm never gonna use that anyway. So there's team member number 1 we'll have for the rest of the game. I'm not going to be getting rid of it like I got rid of Umbreon in the post-game in Coliseum. We'll be using Flareon through the whole game. I should be able to make it pretty good, though. There's a few unique moves that you can teach it in this game that we'll talk about in a little while, so. Alright, there we go. So let's check out Flareon, shall we? See the extra stats we got. Got a little more HP just to start with, so that's not too bad. Yeah, there we go. Now we're talking. Look at that attack power. If I'm going to use Tackle, it'll be pretty good at this point, although anything I use at this point will be pretty solid because of the stats it's got. Defense is a little low, but that's normal. It's got a hasty nature, so it's not really all that surprising. Its speed is pretty good for a Flareon, and yeah, we should be pretty good. Now you're next, Teddy, so we just got to get you evolved. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, if ever, to be honest. Like I said, I'm not going to be using it in my team, so. Well, I think they fixed it, yeah. Looks like it's working. There you go. Hey, man, are you the guy that helps with the machine parts shop? Or owns it? I guess you don't own it, but your grandpa does. Yeah, he went off to the doctor's manor, but Professor Crane in the HQ lab needs a machine part if you can get it. He's got one of those free spirits, huh? Cool, thanks, man. Yeah, you can't really recognize him from looking at him. But Pear was one of the members of the Kids Grid from Coliseum. He's actually grown up into a teenager now, and unlike in Codename Kids Next Door, growing up into a teenager doesn't turn you evil, for the most part. So, yeah, he's actually a supporting character in this one. A minor role, mind you, but it's still there, and it's nice that they brought them back and showed what they did after the fact, so. I can tell you seem very adamant and overzealous about this place. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I think the lab said they paid for the whole thing already. Well, they didn't say it, but I would assume that they did. Otherwise, why would they send me out here? It's not like I have that much money. Thank you, sir. So there we go. We got the machine part. Cool. Well, about that, actually. You've been busy working on the bridges, so you probably haven't looked at the news lately, but he's been kidnapped. Yes, believe it or not. Apparently the professor did, because he was designing some stuff that would help us fight shadow Pokemon, so hopefully it doesn't get too out of control. Thanks, man, I appreciate it. One of your FC mates in 14 is lucky AF. Amazon shipped physical copies of Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl early, so he has it already. Jealous, oh my god. Yeah, I could see how that would make you a little jealous, yeah. Man, that's cool. I wonder how many days early it's been shipped. I didn't even know what the release date is for Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. My one friend said he's going to stream it once he gets his copy. So I retweet his streams all the time, Frank Trode, over on Twitter. So I think he's on my, he's on the Discord server as well. So you might have seen him around occasionally, very occasionally. He has his own Discord server, so he isn't always hanging out in mine, but might have seen his name pop up in the online over there. So apparently he's going to stream it once it comes to him. So. But we have the machine part now, so I think it's a good idea to take it back to the lab before it becomes junk part. I don't want to drop it by accident, you know? And considering how incompetent Jovi seems to think I am, it wouldn't be shocked if that happened. It doesn't come out for another week? You got it a week and a half early? What the hell? That's way early. Like, that's like an error. That's like a shipping error in your favor. It's like a Monopoly card. What the hell? It's crazy. Hey, Aiden. Sure, what's up? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I'll take a read. Sure, why not? So now that we've taken care of the machine part quest, we get Crane Memo number 3, number 4, and number 5. And that's it. That's all the Crane Memos for the game. So once we're done reading them, you don't have to worry about finding them anymore. So, yeah, I'll go check them out, sure. Check them out right now. Yeah, so now they're at the bottom of our inventory, our key items inventory now, so we can keep them there for the rest of the game. Now you see why I'm so jealous. Yeah, I could see that. Why, yeah, for sure. Pre-ordered the game, is annoyed you can't download it. Yeah, oh my god, yeah. Oh boy, well, you'll get your hands on it eventually. Unfortunately, you'll have to delay gratification, so. Hey, Multia, hopefully I said that correctly, or Multia? Sorry, don't know exactly how to pronounce it. My video popped up in your YouTube recommends for no reason, so here you are. Well, thanks for taking a chance on me. I appreciate that. We just started the game about an hour and 40 minutes ago, so we are currently back from getting the machine part in Gateon Port. We're going to read some Crane Memos now, and then we're going to dump Jovi off like a box of rocks and actually go explore ourselves, because I can explore myself, Mom! The Snag Machine. The Aura Reader's development made it possible to create a workable new Snag Machine. We realized that we could integrate the Aura Reader with the original Snag Machine developed by Cypher. The Aura Reader can be made to sound a warning and prevent the Snag Machine from working if a regular non-shadow Pokemon is targeted. Yeah, just like I said. The likelihood of the Snag Machine being abused should be diminished. However, one must always be vigilant. It must be treated with caution. So basically, that's them telling the trainers, hey, you probably shouldn't try to use it to catch normal Pokemon, but to be fair, most of the trainers that would do that anyway probably wouldn't read these memos in the first place, so, you know. You're channeling that inner edge, oh yeah. Occasionally it pops up again. Used to have a little of it when I was in middle school and high school, so occasionally it just comes up. Purification, let me take a drink. Can't read on a dry throat. Once captured, shadow Pokemon must have their hearts reopened in a process called purification so that they may return to their normal state. The best known method of purification was to have the shadow Pokemon spend time with a trainer and allow their hearts to gradually reopen. However, because it required shadow Pokemon to be with the trainer, this method placed a limit on the number of Pokemon that could be treated. Yeah, and it was a pain in the ass. Take it from a guy who took 8 extra hours off stream purifying everything in Coliseum. Hey, glad I never have to do that again. We needed a process for efficiently purifying many shadow Pokemon. Our studies led us to the idea of the Purify Chamber. And I'm guessing, yeah, that's what the last memo's about, so let's read it. The Purify Chamber is a radical new concept that differs from the usual purification method of having shadow Pokemon be with a trainer constantly. You can still do that, but this is much easier. It represents a new approach that places shadow Pokemon among regular Pokemon so that they can become purified naturally. Much time is still needed to make this concept real. We need to acquire systems, collect data, and make adjustments. We eagerly look forward to seeing the Purify Chamber concept in operation. And believe me when I tell you, Professor Crane, so do I, because it's a lot more convenient than having to walk in circles for 8 extra hours purifying stuff. Can't wait for that thing to be done. Anyway, we got the machine part, so let's go see Mom, and we'll let her know that we're all done with that, and then we can be off on adventure on our own, because Jovi will probably stay here after this. Because, well, Mom, I'm sure she'll be able to convince her that things are going to get too dangerous for her to be around because she can't... I mean, she didn't even bring Plusle and Minun with her, so how's she going to defend herself if somebody crazy like Zook attacks us again? You know? Hey, Mom, I got the machine part that you needed. Well, we did, actually, so... yeah, we'll worry about that later. Here you go. First time you played this, you never read the memos and just grinded the Shadow Boys. Yeah, and I mean, it's a process. It's a little bit less convenient to do it manually like you did in Coliseum, but I don't know. I like the Purify Chamber a lot better. It's just a lot more convenient, so. Oh, I'm so sorry for your loss. Yeah, it's a lot of time. It takes a lot of time to do it manually. Trust me, I know. So I feel your pain. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, okay. Well, she carried it all the way here, so I don't think she'll drop it. Thank you for getting her out of my hair. Not yet. We're getting there, but it's a pretty slow process, actually. Might not have a nature that's conducive to actually purifying it by just walking around and battling. We'll see. Oh, okay. Well, what do I have to do after that's done? Purification ceremony. Okay. And how do I do that? Well, yeah, we could do it there. What's the other process? Yeah, so Agate Village makes a return from Pokemon Coliseum, and it still has the Relic Stone, and it still does exactly what it did in Coliseum itself. You can purify your Shadow Pokemon with it once their heart gauge reaches 0. So, yeah, I think we'll head off and do that. I should be alright, Mom. It's fine. I took Jovi all the way over there and practically stopped some criminal, not single-handedly, from beating her up, so I think I'll be okay to go to Agate Village. So, I'm trying, Ma. Gotta, follow in your example, But yeah, so now that we can actually see Agate Village on the map, it zooms the whole map out so we can see the whole ore region. And yeah, the forest is actually expanding quite a bit here. It's even growing on the side of Mount Battle, as you can see there, and it's encroaching on the desert itself. So it's pretty good. It's making a big impact on the environment around here, I'm sure. Okay, so there's a dude named Egan that we need to go see. We know who he is because we played Coliseum. But, yeah, we'll go check it out. We'll go see him in Agate Village and see if he can help us with the Relic Stone. Alright, thanks, Mom. I will do the best I can to be back just in time for you to be done. So yeah, we got a mission. We'll go off to Agate Village. Hopefully by then Teddy Ursa's heart gauge will be low enough to do that, to purify it, but we'll see. You haven't played Coliseum, so this was the first Pokemon game you ever played like 15 years ago now. Oh, nice. This is a pretty good first one to play. They do a lot to make sure that new players kind of have an idea of what they're doing here. And to be fair, this is one of my favorites of all time, so I would say it's pretty good, so. Okay, you got nothing new to say. Is Jovi in my room? I thought she was in here somewhere after she was done, but apparently she's off doing the machine part stuff. Plusle, Minun. Hold down the fort. I've got a mission, and I might not be back for a little while, so keep Jovi busy. Make sure she doesn't ask about where I am, because if she does, she's going to go running off there, and that won't be good. Oh, by the way, you can get a free heal out of your bed as well, if you don't want to rest with the healing machine over in the Purify Chamber, so... It still is your absolute favorite? I can completely understand. I grapple with this one and Pokemon Black and White 2 being my favorites. I'm not sure which one I would consider to be my favorite. It kind of just depends on the day, because they're both really solid titles in my eyes, so... Oh, okay, cool. Probably. It's right at the center of attention, just like you. This is the thing Pokemon needs as a franchise, someone else showing their world of Pokemon. Yeah, and it would be nice to get kind of a different take on it, a different spin on it. It's kind of why I actually dig a good chunk of the Pokemon designs in Sword and Shield, because they kind of gave Ken Sugimori a rest and had a new designer come in and design the Pokemon. They aren't necessarily the greatest thing since sliced bread, but it's nice to have a refreshing take on that sort of stuff, you know, so someone else can come in and say, okay, so this is what I think could be. And really, I hope they rotate designers around a lot in the games going forward. I'm never going to play any more of them, so I won't know, but if they do, I think it'll be a refreshing take. So, first traditional Pokemon game you played was Diamond, and when you played it, you were like, where are the Shadow Pokemon? That is a good question. I kind of wish they, I don't know if I wish they kept Shadow Pokemon. I feel like if they did, it would have gotten stale after a while, but I wish they did something different with the franchise like Shadow Pokemon, that went outside the norm a little more often, you know? That'd be cool. You like a lot of the Galar designs, like, is that the one that was Yamask's evolution? God, it's been a long time. I can't hardly remember. Alright, so we can go to Agate Village, a lush green town of senior citizens, where there is a relic honoring Celebi. But before we do that, we didn't explore all of Gateon Port, so now that we're no longer attached to Jovi at the hip, let's go do that. It'll give Teddy Ursa a little bit of time to purify, and then maybe we'll be able to go from there. There's also a couple of Shadow Pokemon in Gateon Port to snag, so it'll probably be a good idea to check it out. I think this lady doesn't battle you until you leave and come back as well. So now that we've left and come back, all of the battles that are available in Gateon Port should be unlocked. So it's part of the reason why I wanted to do that first, because once you get it, then you can leave, come back, and now you can fight everybody. So let's go. Pokemon Ranger, those games were good. Except that damn Steelix. I don't know what the damn Steelix and Ranger was, but I've heard good things about Ranger. Partially from you. You've been one of the voices that's talked about Ranger before, and I've heard good things. So, but yeah, I've heard good things about Ranger, so maybe I'll give it a shot one day. Oh, Teddy Ursa went down one bar. We should be able to see a new move now. If it's the same as it was in Coliseum, which I'm pretty sure it is. I think I like the Tail Whip strategy from before, honestly, so... Oh, got Lick. Okay, that's not bad. 30% paralysis chance will definitely help with adding status effects to any Shadow Pokemon that we find. It's one of the reasons why Teddy Ursa is so solid throughout the game. It has a lot of moves that it gets, even just from purifying it naturally, that make it a very strong contender throughout the game, so... Yeah. I'll take care of the... I don't think Swablu will get one-hit KO'd from Shadow Blitz, even if I Tail Whip, so let's take care of the Phoebus first. Unova and Galar have some of the better designs. Unova made bug types cool again. Oh my god, Scolipede was so cool. Scolipede, Durant. There are so many good designs in Unova. It's probably like my favorite generation in terms of Pokemon designs. So, a lot of my favorite Pokemon are in Gen 5 because of their designs, so... You're a catalyst for change. You like your purpose. It's always good to be a catalyst for change, to see other people change and grow because of things that you've said. It's always a good feeling. I'm going to need another Tail Whip because of that Growl, and it might not... Actually, you know what? Let's just double team it. It'll just bite and then Shadow Blitz, and it'll probably be enough. Maybe. We'll see. Yeah, that'll be enough. Incidentally, because I evolved Eevee into Flareon right away, it doesn't actually get Growl at 16 anymore. It'll get a different move that will be much more useful for it, so... If it's like every other generation anyway, it should be. And I'm pretty sure it is, so... Stop, I don't need to start blushing. It's okay, nobody can see it. Go ahead. Oh boy. Thanks, I'll see if I can get a little stronger so the next time we meet we'll have another solid battle. No, what do I know? I probably do know, but explain it to me anyway. Yeah, so Pokemon centers are still a thing in the OR region. They didn't disappear just because of the 5-year gap. So you can head over to them. They'll restore your Pokemon to full health for free. And then there's also some more Pokemon marts in this game. So Gideon Port has a... I think this shop actually updates the most out of all of them. It updates with new items every so often in the game, so... I don't know exactly when, but usually it's pretty well stocked, so... That's a trap question to provoke a tutorial. That's brutal. Yeah, it pretty much is, isn't it? Well, they got a nice little seating area here. Wonder what all these books have in them. Probably interesting stuff. It's too bad there's no, like, game system or something. Otherwise, a lot of kids would come here, too. It is great. I wish we had something like this in real life for actual human people. Of course, I don't know how human people would feel about being trapped in, you know, cup-sized balls and put on a little zappy machine. I mean, I guess if it fully restored you, it would be great, but would you even be you at that point? We get into the molecular transference from Star Trek question if we start talking about that, and that's just a rabbit hole, so I don't know if I want to go there. Multia, thank you for following. I appreciate that. Thank you for following the stream, and again, thank you for taking a chance on me. I appreciate that you're willing to stick around for a little bit. Is there anything upstairs? I don't remember. A library of some kind. Oh, cool. Good for you, man. Yeah, it kind of came from a young age. My dad was a pretty good trainer, so... Sounds good. I don't think you ever battle that guy, but it would be cool if you did. Kind of like a little rival in each town type of a deal. I don't know. I think that'd be interesting. Yeah, they do say you got to get your sea legs back if you stay on land for too long. Got to get used to that floating, you know what I mean? That's a good question. Maybe you should talk to Mr. Varich. Maybe he'll have the next ship. Komodo hype with a ham. Rockin' Fun hasn't seen that emote yet, but if he did, he'll be very happy about it. He's used Komodo hype a lot when he's here in the chat, but the rotating ham, not so much. It's a cool emote, though. Well, they do. Did you buy 10 Pokeballs? Actually, I don't think this guy has Pokeballs available just yet, so that's why they didn't give him a bonus. I like that this guy kind of has a little sub-story going with him, too. He's a new shopkeeper, and he just... There's nothing really too substantial to it, but he's always, like, a little unsure of himself, and then he's like, oh, okay, hang on, I got new merchandise for you. So I kind of wish they went a little more in-depth with him, but I think I have to wait until we play Trails of Cold Steel before we get to something like that, so... Oh, that 1500 is tempting. Will I ever use Attract? Probably not in the real... world. I might use it in battle sims if they give it to me on a moveset, but I don't know if I'll use it in the real world. I'll hang on to it for now. I'll think about my movesets first before I start getting rid of those willy-nilly, so... No, bad Jimmy, cease and desist. What, Trails of Cold Steel? I've always been wanting to play those. I haven't had a chance to play them yet, but I heard the 4th one came out recently, so maybe one of these days. Do I need anything from these guys? We don't need Awakenings in this game. Again, the call function comes back from Coliseum, so you'll never need Awakenings because it'll just wake up a sleeping Pokemon. So I guess just Paralyze heals. Maybe get like 3 of them. Don't really need a whole lot of them. By the time I actually need them, we'll end up being able to get full heals anyway. So buy an antidote. Buy a few potions. You have a friend who's really into Kiseki or Trails. It's amazing. He streamed the Crossbell duology for us. I cried at times. It's one of those games, huh? Oh boy. We'll see I'll see what I can do later on in my streaming career. It's not on my list of things to do just yet, but I wouldn't be opposed to playing them later. I've heard very good things about them, so... Yeah, probably a good idea. I'm surprised you guys don't have like a Pokemon restorative machine on some of the ships that you have. How do you guys work when you run out of power points? Do you just go to sleep for the day? Anyway, this guy will give you a potion, so that's cool. We probably don't need 7 of them. I probably won't use all of them by the time we get access to super potions, but I'm not worried about it. And honestly, don't even worry about buying super potions in this game either, because if I recall correctly, the vending machine becomes available a lot earlier in this one than it does in Colosseum, so... Well, that's up to you. What do you think is most effective? Just don't buy Awakenings. They're not worth it. I'll save you the trouble. Hi there. Yes, it does. But, yeah, there's that, so don't buy Awakenings. I hate to take away this guy's merchandising because he's a new shopkeeper, but just he shouldn't even stock those. It's not necessary. I guess if you need to wake up multiple sleeping Pokemon at once, it's nice to have a few Awakenings, but I've never had that happen in all the times I've played these games, so I'm not even going to bother. This is a new Pokemon, so this is, well, not a new one, but it's new in terms of this game's development. Munchlax. He's a Gen 4 Pokemon, and this is the first game you see him in, if I recall correctly. Unless Red and Blue Rescue Team came out before this one, but you only see him as a statue in that one, so this is the first time we can see it in this game, so. That is true, you could just call both of them, yeah, so I guess you don't even need to have Awakening, so yeah, don't buy them. They're not necessary. Oh, okay. Yeah, especially in the Ore region, I would imagine it's got to get exhausting in the desert sun getting all those herbs together. I wonder if she was in Colosseum, like it. I think I don't remember what the shopkeeper was of the herb shop in the Under, but I don't think it was a lady. I think there was a lady in there, but I don't think she was the main shopkeeper if I remember right. So, let's check out the Krabby Club, shall we? Oh, is it now? Alright, let's see what you've got, man. Because I have a Flareon at a much earlier point in the game than I probably should, so yeah, we'll see what you got, and then we'll go from there. Those two could be a bit of a problem, though, because they both have Water-type moves, so we'll see what we can do about that. Probably take out the Wingull first, because it's got Water Gun at this level, so... Eichel! Look what I'm playing.
If bread and French is pain, then I own a whole damn bakery.
Oh, god damn it. He came downstairs just to say that. Did everybody get that? He came downstairs just to say that, so I hope... Now he's coming back. I'll just Tail Whip and Shadow Blitz the Wingull. I think that should work. It's probably pretty quick, but... yeah, I'll be alright. Flareon acting like it's playing the Pirate Hollow Guys minigame from Tools of Destruction. Good lord. Krabby Club is just the Salty Spittoon. It's only open to tough people. Welcome to the Salty Spittoon. How tough are you? Shadow Blitz. That's how tough. I didn't actually expect that to KO. Goodbye, Wingull. Man. Ah, so this is an actually kind of new mechanic. You may remember Hyper Mode from the original Colosseum when Pokemon's emotions rise to a fever pitch as a Shadow Pokemon. In this game, they changed it to Reverse Mode, and they tried to make it a little bit less of a good thing. I don't think the Shadow moves have a higher critical hit ratio with it, and it damages the Pokemon at the end of each turn, so you definitely just want to call it right away in this one. Don't even bother wasting time trying to use Shadow moves with it, because it's just not worth it. Just call it. You'll get a whole chunk of the bar off when you do it, and in this case, we'll probably be able to know Teddiursa's nature after this, so... Hey, yo, snap out of it! There you go. That's pretty good. Did a pretty sizable chunk to its bar, so... What's up, Cole?
Nothing. I'm sitting down here for exactly the next minute and a half before I have to go upstairs and begin my long crusade.
Yeah, D&D tonight, right?
Yup.
Yeah.
That's why I said, and I quote, if bread and French is pain, then I own a whole damn bakery.
Oh boy. Hyper Mode got nerfed. Someone managed to build on Cypher's research, it seems, yeah. Because Cypher apparently didn't realize until too late in the last game that, I mean, Hyper Mode just made me stronger, so... they were just like, hey, let's make it so that they can't just blitz through our entire team with a bunch of critical hits. It probably would work okay if we were the only ones that could do it, but when other people could do it, it doesn't really work out. So let's just make it not so good.
That would certainly help. If you're wondering where I got that mystical phrase.
Oh, okay. A meme video that has Sonic as a ball as the thumbnail.
Here, let me send you this colossal shitpost.
Oh, good lord.
So you can enjoy it.
Oh, okay. Well, fair enough. It got me a little extra experience, so I think I'm okay with that little prank, bro. What's up, sailors? Still begs the question, who is making or distributing Shadow Pokemon? Maybe we'll find out soon enough. Sounds like it, pretty much. Sit around, mope, and get drunk! There is no drinking hard liquor in this game, though, as far as I'm aware, so they must be drinking, like, carrot juice or something. It was a pretty cool looking ship, so, to be fair. He just... that's a fun little exchange. There's a lot of little exchanges like that in this game where they just make a practical joke on each other for no reason. It's pretty great. Drink what you're drinking, raspberry tea. Raspberry tea is pretty good. You know what else is good? Krabby Club music. Turn that up.
You know what causes me great agony? This is my last story before I leave today.
What's that?
So, Amy's my boss.
Tell it, actually, hold that thought because the music's playing, so give it a second. So listen to the smooth jazz, and then you can elaborate once I turn the music down. He's standing there, frozen in time, looking exactly like he did when he stopped his explanation. Okay, I'll turn it down now. You guys have probably all heard this anyway a million times from all the update videos I've done, so... Where's the thing? There it is. Okay. Okay, continue your thought.
So, Amy's sweets sell like hotcakes. This is like a known fact amongst the restaurant. So me being a smart, intelligent human being, I decided, okay, she's got oatmeal raisin cookies out. I'm gonna buy some. I bought myself one with those little pecan pies for my possibly ailing sweet tooth.
Yeah.
So I'm like, cool. Mom will just give me back the money for these cookies. Everything will be fine.
Nope.
She bought 2 more boxes.
Oh. Nice.
I'm gonna fucking die of diabetes.
Not nice.
And with that, I'm going to leave all of you as I have tabletop in an hour and,
You need to make dinner for yourself, right?
Yep.
Okay. Have fun.
I'm gonna go do terrible things to my players. Wish them luck.
Okay. Good luck. Bye, Cole. You rediscovered this game's soundtrack. Man, this game has some good music. Oh, for sure. Feel like you love music too much. You want to get your voice down one day and learn to sing after. I mean, I think that would be cool. It's a good goal to have, I think. So, but yeah, I mean, again, I'm not very much of a good singer myself. I haven't gotten a chance to sing as often as I used to. I used to have a lot of opportunities when I used to drive a lot of other places. But I think it's a good goal to become better at singing. And it's pretty, well, I don't want to say it's pretty easy, but it's basically, there isn't really much to it. You just practice, honestly. The more you practice, the better you'll get at it, so. I wish you luck if you decide to do it. Oh, so those are Razzle and Dazzle, huh? Wow, they are magic. Look at those bowling pins that they're throwing around change colors. I am noticing that Dazzle never has I think the blue one's Dazzle, never has the red ones. And Razzle never has the yellow ones, though. I wonder if that's part of the parlor trick. Sound like they're pretty talented. Oh boy. Oh, that's no good. Yeah, it's probably hard to follow an act like this, so... Yeah. Can I talk to them from here? Can I talk to them from here? They're moving their heads towards me, so I would assume maybe, but apparently not. So... Oop, there he is. Couldn't find his hitbox. So other people see that too. You thought you were losing it. No, it's there. So, oh, he must have bought drinks for the whole bar. Nice. Maybe even food, too, considering he said he's going to gorge himself. Maybe don't gorge yourself, though. You'd get seasick. Uh-oh. Oh, so you were supposed to be on the SS Libra. Holy shit, man. That's no good. Better that you didn't end up there, but yeah. Apparently, he did foot the tab here, so apparently everybody's taking good advantage of it. I mean, as they should. He said they could eat what they wanted, so. Wow. He is pretty generous, then. That's for sure. Let's go behind the bar and grab some of his fancy stock in the basement, shall we? No Turtles Paradise Flyer? What is this? Yeah, I don't know why, but I always think of the Turtles Paradise Flyers when I come down here. Again, I have no idea why, but yeah, we can't get into his casks of Amontillado, unfortunately. Amontillado? I don't really know how to pronounce that, but we can get a super potion while we're down here, so I guess that's good enough. Not that I'd want to get into his casks of Amontillado. He'd probably lock me behind a brick wall if I did that. So. I've read my Edgar Allan Poe in high school. I remember that story. Wow. Oh, I thought you were going to talk about the billiards. Or the bowling pins. They're not called billiards, are they? No, that's the billiard balls that you play pool with. This guy seems to have a sixth sense. We'll talk about that later. Way later, as it turns out. Oh, I can get up on stage with them. I'm the third magician. Hello, everybody. How you doing? I'll be your third act today alongside the magicians. And that's my act because I'm joking. Ha ha ha. Anyway. Alright, fair enough. Their autograph is probably worth some money, so not that I really need it that badly. This game gives you a pretty decent chunk of money, so to work with. No, I mean, if you're the rookie actor they were talking about downstairs coming after the magicians, I mean, it's kind of hard to follow that act, you know? Oh. They practically named the club after you, because your act is Krabby's. I'm glad you guys have spirit about it. It'll make for good competition. Crab Billy and Crab Betty. Great. Well, it looks like he's getting ready to go. Yeah, they're both raring to go. Must be next on stage, then. Alright, fair enough. Yeah, you can't battle them, unfortunately, but, I mean, Krabbies wouldn't really put up much of a fight anyway. They don't exactly have special defense at all, so probably be able to just knock them out with one bite each. Flareon would get crab legs for dinner in this one. Incidentally, I'm not going to nickname the Pokemon again because it's the same issue, really, that you had previously in Colosseum, where the main trainer didn't nickname their Pokemon before they, you know, because they've had the Pokemon for a while, but they didn't nickname them. So I think it's less necessary in this one. We'll get back to nicknaming our Pokemon again once we play Red, Blue, or Yellow, which is probably going to be my next Pokemon project after this one. Hey, man, what's up? Okay. This is the guy that gave me the Firestone. He's just hanging out up here, I guess. I think if you came up here with Jovi before you left the port, Mr. Verich and his mystery men would be up here as well, sitting over there. So, well, glad to hear that. Flareon is pretty happy, so. They have that look to them, don't they? They look like they're... maybe it's the gaunt of their face. It makes them look a little bit intimidating. So. No, don't worry. I'm not going to rat you out. But yeah, I think Mr. Verich and his entourage are here if you come here before leaving the port, so. I'm going back to Kanto again? Yeah, I played Gen 1 as the first Pokemon game I played, so I gotta go back to him and see how I feel about it again. So. Apparently we're going to visit Kanto a lot, because we're going to be going back to Kanto for Red, Blue, or Yellow, and then I'm going to be playing Gold, Silver, or Crystal not too long after that one. And we'll be back to Kanto for a third time at that point. So, yeah, legit Gen 1, yeah, I'll be going straight back to Yellow to play it, so, dude, don't do it. Oh, boy, we'll see. I have a cool idea for what I'm actually going to do if I play Gen 1 and Gen 2, though. I'll talk about it a little bit more when we get that far, but I have a cool idea that I think will make the playthrough a little bit unique. It'll give it a sense of consistency, you know, but we'll, like I said, we'll talk about that when we get there. Hey, kid, did you figure out what you needed? Oh, okay, it's that easy, huh? Fair enough. I mean, I guess as a kid, that's what you would think about, so. You tried Yellow on 3DS Virtual Console. It was a slog. So painful going back. Pokemon has changed so much. Oh my god, yeah. For sure. He's still at the Doctor's Manor? Man, must be really intrigued by that schematic that he's got. Oh my god. Pear on the streets. He looks like a gangsta. He'd have fun on the streets. Anyway. We've done most of the stuff over here, but we haven't gotten to use the rotating bridges just yet, so let's try those out, shall we? The arrow points in the direction that the circle will rotate in the center, so because the circle is moving to the left here, the circle will go this way, and that'll move this bridge up. It's probably pretty obvious to most people watching this, but when I was a kid, I always had trouble with figuring out which arrow did what because I didn't look at the center circle. I was trying to look at the bridges and figure out what they did, and it just confused me. I don't know, I was pretty dumb as a kid, so... Hell, I haven't gotten that much smarter in my adult years now, have I? I mean, look at these streams. You've got about 500 examples at this point of why I'm about as dumb as a box of barbells, so... Oh, well. Oh, wow. Sounds rough. Yeah, you guys probably have like some crazy ghost stories or something about it around here. Same, you got stuck here? Yeah, so look at the center circle. That always helped me. Once I realized that, it became a lot easier to just look at the switches and be like, oh, that's where it goes, you know? So. Well, let's go check out this other building over here. We'll go to the lighthouse in a second, but first, let's go to the building down here. Actually, I probably should have gone across the bridge first because I'm going to have to turn the bridge again now in order to go over to the right there, but that's okay. No big deal. I like rotating the bridges. It's cool. It's an articulating set piece, so it's not too bad. Hey, Magnemite. How you doing? I haven't used you in a playthrough just yet. One day, my son. One day I will come home to you. Magneton's like one of my favorite Pokemon of all time, so I understand it's just a bundle of magnets, but it's such a cool Pokemon in terms of like its moveset, especially in later generations. And once we get our hands on a Violite, oh man, I ain't gonna be able to help myself. Oh boy, but that's not for a while yet. Yeah, that Mr. Varich knows what he's doing when it comes to style. Did we actually see his like cruise ship? I think we saw like a skiff that might have gone with it. Maybe there's like a security detail, but I don't think we saw the whole ship. I think you see it later in the game if I remember correctly, but we'll see. So you're teasing a Black and White 2 run? Yeah, eventually we will play. The Pokemon games that I know I'll play in the future are, well, probably going to play. Like at this point I'm about 90% sure for all of these. Yellow, Crystal, either Black or White 1 and either Black or White 2. I would pick one of them. Probably White, because I kind of like the aesthetic of White 1 and White 2 a little bit better because of the more, the less urban environment, the more forested environment, especially in White Forest. So I'd probably pick White again and play that. So those are the 4 Pokemon projects that I would probably do after this, but after XD, I'm probably going to have to take a bit of a long break from Pokemon, because we've played 3 Pokemon games just this year alone, so I'm going to need a little bit of time away. I'm going to save again. We haven't saved in a while, and also once I fight this guy, you'll find out why. So there we go. Now then, let's see what this old dude's got going on. Sir, are you okay? You've kind of been stuck marooned on this island for a while. You just taking an afternoon walk? I guess he doesn't want to tell me because he just wants to battle. Fair enough. We get to see you suffer through White Tree Hollow? Maybe. I don't know yet. I've never actually done White Tree Hollow myself, so possibly. It'll just depend on... I might, like, showcase it, which would... If it's like Battle Tower in other Pokemon games, I might showcase it and then, like, get as far as I can without doing any EV training, and then we'll just kind of leave it on the back burner. Can't leave this on the back burner, though. That's a Shadow Lediba. And it's about as useful as the Shadow Ledian from Colosseum. In other words, it's not useful at all. So I'm not really going to bother with that. I can, however, do a little bit of... do I want to do Tail Whip here? I don't want to make Lediba too weak defensively, because it doesn't exactly have the best defense stats, so... How about we bite the Tail-O, because that'll probably one-hit KO it, and then let's try to paralyze the Lediba with Lick, so... Do it. It's fun. You don't need EV training. You beat it with random Pokemon you caught and raised through your playthrough. Okay, so if I can do that, then I should be able to do a little bit with it. Yeah, I might be able to showcase it. It's probably not something that a whole lot of people actually do for their playthroughs either. I feel like it's something that people do in isolation, at least from my experience of watching Black and White 1 or 2 being played on YouTube. I don't see White Tree Hollow, or is it Black City? I forget what the black version is called. But I don't see them a whole lot, so I guess we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I gotta call Teddiursa out of hyper mode here, so I can't lick it again. It's okay, we'll do it on the next turn. We didn't check its nature, did we? I don't have my strategy guide out, so I can see how its nature affects what it can do. So, honestly, I might not even get my Pokemon XD strategy guide out, because as far as I'm aware, the Prima guide doesn't actually tell you what's the most effective for each Pokemon's nature. I know the Nintendo Power one for Colosseum did, though, so I might just take that out and use that as a reference point. Okay, it has a careful nature. So that's what? Special attack down, special defense up, I think? So that's not too bad. It's, oh, it got Metal Claw as well. Nice. It's pretty good for it. It's also got, I think I mentioned it had pickup before, but it's pretty good. No, the Prima guide did not. You remember that, yeah. So I might not even bother getting it out because, like, I don't need it for the, you know, the normal stuff. It's a Pokemon game. Like, it's not that difficult, you know, so it'll be fine. I won't need it that badly. But, yeah, that little reference point that the Nintendo Power version for Colosseum, guide for Colosseum had is really useful. So I might get that out. I think Shadow Shed deletes Reflect and Light Screen, if I remember right, from your side of the field. I don't quite recall, but that's what my brain is telling me, so I might be correct. Well, Teddiursa, you're going to get a lot of heart gauge down after this, so... It's okay, the internet killed the guidebook market. Yeah, that's true. That is a good point, yeah. I'm going to use Tail Whip once, actually, and then call Teddiursa, so that way Lick will do a little more damage next time, so I can get it a little bit below half. And even if I crit with it, it'll only get it down to red, so it should be okay. Well, at least you have an attacking move, finally. But yeah, as you can see, when it hit my normal non-Shadow Pokemon, it was super effective. Now, if it hit Teddiursa with that, it would have been not very effective, so... This game's AI takes it a little bit easier, though, than Colosseum's did. In Colosseum, they were pretty brutal, and they would definitely double-team a bunch of people. They toned it down a little in this one, so this game isn't as difficult as Colosseum was. So if you had a little bit of trouble with Colosseum in some cases, well, don't worry about it. This game will treat you a little bit better. All right, we paralyzed it, and it's below half, so that's where I'm gonna start throwing some Pokeballs. Let's go do that, shall we? Let's do it with Flareon's turn, and then I will call Teddiursa to get it out of hyper mode there. And that'll bring it down to its final bar. Cool. Oh, excuse me. I think I'm going to need to drink some ginger ale tomorrow. I've been getting to that point where air starts getting caught in my throat a little bit. It happens occasionally, and it's no fun, so... It actually makes it really hard to sleep when you have air caught in your throat. I don't know why it specifically bothers you when you're sleeping, but it might have to do with the fact that you can't, like, move air as easily. I don't know. But we caught Shadow Lediba. Cool. It gets pretty good moves, actually, if I recall correctly, when you're purifying it. It's a Lediba, so it's not going to be very useful for very long, unfortunately. Oh, yeah, about that. I should probably leave before he finds out that's actually what happened and then calls the authorities on me. I'm gonna maroon this man on this island forever, and no one can stop me. And they say that the protagonist of Pokemon Colosseum used to be evil. I am evil. Oh boy. People say Colosseum's the hardest official game, and you don't disagree. Yeah, I'd pretty much say that sounds about right, honestly, because like I said, the AI can be pretty brutal. They have a tendency to double team you a lot, so yeah. I think I'm gonna go back to the Pokemon Center, actually. Well, I mean, I guess it was just for Lediba, but I guess I don't need it that badly. I could use potions. I got like 7 of them. I think we'll be okay. Lediba being paralyzed for that amount of time is kind of not good, but that's okay. It doesn't gain happiness until it gets purified anyway, so... As far as I'm aware, anyway. Hey, look, an extra potion. Perfect. And another item. Let's take a look. Oop, went a little too... cut the corner a little too hard there. It's a good thing I wasn't turning in a car. That would suck. Coliseum was brutal. Destroyed Kid U, 6 ways to Sunday. The main thing that got me when I played it was the level spike in Real Game Tower. That always got me pretty bad as a kid, so... okay, so... That defense is a little low. Its attack is usually lower than its defense, so maybe it has a minus defense nature? It might even be hasty, actually, looking at that speed stat. Well, we'll find out soon. Once we get its paws down. I think I'm going to try to get Teddy Ursa to the point where it's ready to be purified before I move Ladybug into the party. We do want to get Flareon some levels because, well, I'm actually going to use Flareon for the remainder of the game, so, you know, we don't want to neglect its levels just for Shadow Pokemon, but... You lost to all the Cypher admins at least once. You hated fighting Venus. You hated it. Yeah, the little... How she goes kind of roundabout with her strategy. It definitely isn't exactly easy to deal with if you've mostly been playing other Pokemon games and you haven't been challenged by those indirect strategies yet. Coliseum will kick your ass in that case. So, exercise and items. You can't even imagine how many people have left items in this place, ma'am, and that's why I'm picking them up. Oh, you like Attract? Oh, you like getting all the indirect statuses on one Pokemon at the same time? You're gonna love Venus. The PTSD is coming back. Oh, look, free money in a box. Cool. Don't buy Awakenings. Don't do it. It's not worth it. I think there's also an item over here, actually, because the stairs are right there, so... Oh, no, there's a dude over here. Hi, man. What's up? Oh, you get a little vertigo, huh? Yeah, I mean, it's why people like skydiving. I've never been skydiving, so I don't know if I like it yet, but I've always wanted to go at some point. I feel like it'd be, like, really scary for, like, a split second until you get the hang of keeping yourself, level in midair, and then it'd be fun. So... Because, I mean, worst comes to worst, you have a parachute, so... And you have a backup in case worst comes to worst, so... Money in a box, hilarious. Oh boy. Oh, wow. That must be the island that they were talking about at that one house where it's got all those stories about it and people know better than to go there. I wonder if the bridge stays in the place that it's... Like, when you articulate the bridges before going into the lighthouse, is that the position that the bridge is actually in right now? If I, like, go back down there, will it be that way? Or is it always in that position, Like, I guess what I'm saying is the city down there loaded while I'm here in the lighthouse? Because if it is, that's pretty cool. Usually backdrops like this in video games don't have the actual backdrop loaded. It's just like a splash screen. So if it is loaded and it is exactly the way that I left it when I entered the lighthouse, that's pretty cool. So. It's pretty windy up here, though. Oh, really? Okay, sure. Bring it on, lady. So we got Bodybuilder killing, and she might be killing somebody in a minute. She's definitely got the swing for it. Good lord, lady. Could knock someone out by throwing your Pokeball that hard. They changed the proportions on the bodybuilders a little bit in this one. They're not as blocky as they used to be, which I think is pretty good. They were pretty blocky in the last one. Most of them didn't have Shadow Pokemon in the last one, though, especially not Shadow Poochyenas, so... Yeah, we'll see what we can do about that. So Lick is not very effective on Poochyena because of its dark typing, so I think we'll be okay with that. I do need to call Teddy Ursa out of Hyper Mode, though, so I think I'll do that and just kind of manhandle the Zubat with Bite first. Yeah, Teddy Ursa is almost done at this point. We might even get it there in this battle, so... That will be good, and once it's done, I'll just switch Ladybug or Poochyena in, and we'll start purifying them. Hey, we got to level 12. Nice. Hey, Piece of Yoshi, how you doing? Welcome. Play Royal. Yes, thank you for my reminder. I appreciate that. I was gonna say it's been a little while since you've come here to give me that reminder, so thank you for the reminder. I will keep it in mind. How you doing? We are running around in Gateon Port, battling all the extra trainers to get a little extra experience for our Shadow Pokemon and for Flareon here. So, that's the plan at the moment, anyway. One day you'll crack. Eventually. I will have my revenge one day. Will Bite do a lot of damage to this thing? Nah, it's fine. I don't care. The double teaming it might do a little bit, but it's not very effective, so it's probably okay. Yeah, it's fine. Poochyena is not actually too bad for the beginning of the game. It's not something you'll probably use. It's like Lediba. You'll probably use it for a little while, but you probably won't use it for a terribly long amount of time. So, it's just, even as a Mightyena, in Gen 3, it didn't really have the stats or the moves to really be all that useful. I think, anyway, so. Alright, so now let's Shadow Blitz so I can demonstrate the fact that it's not very effective. And then next turn we'll catch it. AoE mean look. Man, that's kind of cool for doubles. Yeah, Shadow Hold is a pretty cool move. It's, I think it would be useful in competitive, to be honest. It's just, in this game, it ends up being more annoying than anything else, because it's like, oh, I really wish I could switch because of the type of disadvantage that I have now. Oh, wait, I can't because I've been AoE mean looked. But, yeah, it would be useful in doubles. It just, unfortunately, they don't really let you do that because it's not a move anywhere else. That would probably throw VGC on its head, though, if it did exist, so. I don't know, I haven't really played much VGC. I have one friend that's really big on it, and he's got a pretty decent following in terms of his YouTube stuff, so. He does a lot of VGC stuff, and he likes it, so can't be that bad. I might be pretty good at VGC, honestly, though, because I've played both of these games, so. I have that little bit of understanding of double battle strategy, you know what I mean, so. So VGC can burn a little, it'll be fine. I mean, yeah, that's fair. So, wow, $2.64 and a Poochie? Awesome. My puppy collection grows by the day. Technically, that's a hyena. I don't care. Oh, really? I mean, it was a Poochyena. What do you know, what were you expecting? It's not going to be a Mightyena out of the box. This looks like a platform. Somebody could probably use that to dance later. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Alright, let's take the elevator down this time. I walked up here. I can take the elevator back down. It's okay. VGC is so broken that Shadow Hold will have literally no effect on it. Good. Put it in there then. Let me use Shadow moves in VGC. Oh boy. Okay, so this will actually let me test what I was saying before if the area is loaded. Let's see. It is loaded because look, it was actually in the position that it showed up on the lighthouse there. That's cool. Yeah, again, usually when you have a backdrop like that in a high place, it just ends up being like a splash screen, and it's just like a super low-res version of that area. That was fully polyed, so like, that's cool. I don't know, I like little things in games. The little details are always the things that get me about these games, to be honest, so. Then again, I feel like I'm going to be playing this entire game with a big smile on my face, because this game is just, it's so nostalgic for me, and it's, even without the rose-colored glasses on, it's still a pretty solid Pokemon title, so I feel like I'm just going to be playing this with a big goofy smile the whole time. Mono will be dancing on that platform. I'll be dancing all night. If it ever becomes night in this game. I've ruined my dancing career by telling you when the first event is. It was supposed to be a surprise. It's okay. Now that everybody knows, it'll be a lot easier for people to actually get tickets, because before this, they couldn't get tickets. Alright, so we have a Teddiursa that's almost done, right? Let's see. Yeah, just about there. I'm just going to walk it for the rest of its bar, and I think I'll just bring Lediba in. Poochyena will bring in Af. Well, let's see how far Lediba's bar is gone. Oh, that's not bad just from walking around. Maybe I'll just walk it around, because I don't really like Lediba very much. I'd rather have my doggos. So, I think we'll just do that. I can't believe you've done this. Yeah, indeed. Just glad I didn't get punched in the face before I had to say that, because that sounded like it hurt. I've seen the original video for that, and it was, ugh. Not good. Oh, new to Pokemon XD, the Shadow Monitor on your PDA actually responds when your Pokemon are fully ready to be purified. So, yeah, you'll actually get a notification on the screen that'll tell you, hey, your Pokemon's ready to be purified. And that's even if they're not in your party at the time. So, like, if they're in the daycare or something like that, they actually will give you a notification to tell you, hey, it's done. You should probably go pick it up before it costs you more money than it needs to. Which is a nice quality of life effect, because in Coliseum, they didn't show that. So, yeah, that's helpful. Thanks, guys. Glad you learned from what happened before, so. Alright, we've wasted enough time messing around. I don't think Chobin will fight us again if we go back to Kamenko's house. So let's head off to Agate Village and see what they're up to for a little bit. And then once we're done exploring the village, we'll call it a day. Today you learned Twitch is on the Switch. It's pretty chaotic, but like, Twitch on the Switch. We had a lot of rhymes earlier in the stream, so now the rhyme game is getting me. It's good, though, that it's on the Switch. I mean, it's I think it wasn't on the Wii or the Wii U, so it's probably good that it's on the Switch. It lets people, you know, watch it even if they don't have, say, a cell phone or a computer on hand. So, yeah, I heard about that, actually. Fair enough. I mean, glad you guys can carve out a little life for yourself in the side of the mountain like this. It's not too bad. Let's check out the whole village. We'll explore around, and then, well, once we're done, we'll go from there. Was this Combuskin a Combuskin in Coliseum? I could have sworn it was a Torchic, and now it's evolved in the 5 years since, but I could be misremembering. Yeah, a couple of them that haven't, so. I heard about that. I'm actually here to see what that's all about. I gotta go see a guy named Egan, so. Yeah, I heard about 5 years ago that's what happened, so. Oh no, it's ugly now, heck. Yeah, it's not a cute little baby bird anymore. What the hell, Combuskin? Now you got this weird human shape proportion thing going on. Oh boy. Ma'am, you don't mind if I take these, do you? They're just kind of sitting around. I'm gonna take them. Sorry, I don't need to wait to listen to you. What a tragic fate for that Torchic, oh for sure. Who are you anyway, ma'am? This is the teacher lady. So this is actually a move tutor for this game, and she does know a bunch of different moves. Yeah, there are some moves I wish my Pokemon knew. She'll have a few moves to start with, so this is what she has to start with. Mimic, Thunder Wave, and Seismic Toss. Not bad. Probably nothing that I'll actually really teach except for Thunder Wave. I'll probably teach that a little bit later. But they're not bad moves, and she'll update her move list, I think, with every completed dungeon that you go to. So, like, every time you beat Cypher in one of the locations that they, spoiler alert, take over later, she'll update her move list, so then you can get some even better moves. And some of them get pretty good. Like, if I remember right, you can get Body Slam from her not too far into the game, so that's not bad. It's a pretty solid 85 base power normal type move with a 30% paralysis chance. Yes, please. So, you're realizing how much space SMT5 is going to take up and that you'll have to achieve everything all over again. Oh, that sucks. Did you get a digital copy? I think Cole said he wanted to get a physical copy of it, just so that way he has it. So that's why you buy liking, yeah. I'll be okay. Like buying physical cartridges still. Yeah, I still like physical cartridges myself. It's just nice to have them, to be honest. Sometimes it's nice to just not have to download them over and over again. I mean, it doesn't take that long when I'm on Steam to do it, but on other consoles it usually takes a while to re-download stuff, so. That sounds like a plan, old man. Let's see what you've got. Thankfully, the trainers of Agate Village have gotten a little bit weaker since Coliseum. They actually take it a little easy on you. Because if they didn't, they'd have like level 50-something Pokemon at this point, and they would kick my ass, but they don't, so. That should work okay. Actually, Puchiena's bar is going pretty good as well, for just from walking around. Just a lot, actually. Will Machop die to one Tail-Whipped Shadow Blitz? I mean, it's level 7, probably, right? I want to get rid of it, though, because Bite's not very effective, and Puchiena doesn't like fighting types at all, so, you know. Usually you only require a physical cartridge for a Pokemon game, just so you don't fill up all your physical cartridge case slots too quickly. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, right? Also for gold points, yeah. I mean, that makes sense, just so that way it's, you know, you have it and then you can replay it whenever, because you're probably going to have data on, from the Pokemon game on your system anyway, so, you know, probably a good idea to keep it around. Oh, good, I lived. Fantastic. Let's see. Let's take out the Machop. And I'm going to switch, actually, because Leddyba has a good advantage against both of these Pokemon, so probably should have done this on the first turn, honestly. Oh, well. I lived, so it's fine. Get Leddyba its one-time Shadow Bar drop. And off goes the Machop. So probably we'll just make one big circle around the village. I'll probably actually stop at Egan's house when we get up there, instead of like making a whole circle and then going up there. So, because if I remember right, he just starts the next sequence for you immediately when you go there. But you basically, you don't have to like, it doesn't like start it and then you go there for like 15 minutes or something and then it's taken, you know, time taken up. It's just, it trips a flag when you go to his house, and that flag allows you to go to a new area, well, another area in town that you don't have access to right now, so we'll get there. First I gotta get rid of this Oddish though, and it should be gone now because that's a crit, super effective. Even with Leddyba having 11 attack, it's not gonna live that. Okay, well we'll take care of that in the next battle. I think there's at least a couple more battles that you can do before you finish things up here today, so. Well, thank you for taking it easy on me, fun old man Claire. Like your new sense of fashion, too. You got different clothes since the last game. I guess everybody needs a change now and then, so. Good to see some things didn't change, though. I think Senelor and this Wobbuffet have been here since the first game, so. Like what? Nonsense, like what? A flying whale lord? I mean, it is the float whale Pokemon, so it actually probably could happen. I think there's even a Pokedex entry about that. I remember vividly making a stupid joke back when we played Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald battles for this for my YouTube channel, where Wailord could just like float through the air. I don't remember what the joke was exactly, but I do remember it floating like that, so. Well, I'm sorry, but it sounds pretty unbelievable. I don't know about that. I mean, with that, it could be a nightmare in Dreamland. Good lord. Strikers absolutely nuked your Switch. Only Pokemon Shield and Unite survived. It's also why is the Strikers bonus content 2 gigabytes large. That is a lot of space. Holy shit. Yeah, I could see how that would nuke your available space. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the Pokemon HQ lab. It's unfortunate. I hope it's not like Cypher's doing, but I mean, we all know it's Cypher's doing. That's not even a spoiler. So. Yeah, fair enough. Well, I try to do that as best as I can. Oh god, they've got a gotcha minigame back here for Pokeballs, it looks like. I'm just gonna stay the hell away from that for now. Let me just buy some other stuff. 2 gigs for the bonus content? Why? Atlas, please. Yeah, that's a lot for bonus content, like holy shit. I should sell that Awakening. The scents are back, by the way, though. We don't have a cologne case at the moment, so we can't hold these yet, but you can use these to purify your Pokemon a little bit. They're kind of very expensive, though, so I don't know if I would really bother with them. By the time you get the money for them, you'll have another method of purifying that's just objectively better than basically anything else in the game, so I wouldn't even bother with the scents in this one. They're not really, in my opinion, they're not really worth it, so. Yeah, he apparently knows a lot about the Relic Stone, and I need a little help with that, so. Oh, really? Okay. Excuse me. He's probably talking about me then. Well, if he's not home, I guess I'll go find him by going down this secret passage. No, he's not down here either, but we knew about this secret anyway because we played the first game. So, some potions down here though, so that's not too bad. Hello, ma'am. Oh, cool. Did the kid give it to you for helping them, or? Oh, okay, sure, I'd appreciate the extra experience. 10% of your storage is just gone because of the OST and art book and a 2-hour-long video that you still have not watched about the behind the scenes. You tried, and within 3 minutes you said, I'll do it another day. Oh boy. Oh, that's fun. Sounds like a lot, though. I mean, a decent chunk of content for them to give you. I probably should have healed Poochyena before starting this battle, shouldn't I? Oh well, it's fine. I'll just, I'll do it this turn with its turn. I'll just bite Ninkata. And we'll take care of the Poochyena after. It's not like I gotta worry about... I didn't sell that awakening. Oh well, I'll do it after as well. It's not like we gotta worry about, Poochyena fighting my Poochyena. It's not like I have Espeon again like I did in the Coliseum. So... okay, that gets rid of you. I don't have Ember just yet, but I see I didn't need it. So that's probably good. I remember doing a lot of training in Agate Village as a kid. I don't recall why, but I do remember doing a lot of training just to, you know, all the trainers here, to make sure that I was appropriately leveled for later. Obviously, in this one, I won't be doing that. I'll just be running by the seat of my pants here and, you know, keeping myself a little bit lower leveled. But, yeah, I remember training until all 3 of these Pokemon were purified here in the village, so... redid a lot of battles when I was a kid, but only for the beginning. Once I did those, it was pretty much just smooth sailing after that, so... Alright, Ladybug, what do you got? Ooh, Aerial Ace. That's not a bad flying-type move. You don't get it until very late in the game as a TM, and you might not even get it until post-game as a TM, so it's pretty good if your flying-type has it. So, not a lot of them do, though, unfortunately, so... Yo, Ladybug, snap the fuck out of it. Ooh, that did a lot for its bar. Nice. And ideally, Poochyena will also have some Hyper Mode shenanigans. So, that way it can get its bar down pretty quickly, too. Rip Mario Rabbids. You bought it, never played it for a whole summer because of Royal, archived it for Strikers, and still have not touched the game. Oh my god. Yeah, that's no good for Mario Rabbids. It's, has seen a cruel fate, that's for sure. And for defeating Matron Bellish, we get TM9, Bullet Seed. It's okay. It has 10 base power in this one, unlike in later generations when I think it has like 25. But if I recall correctly, it has 100% accuracy, and I mean, there aren't a whole ton of grass-type moves in this game that are particularly useful in the early game, so I guess you could use it for some effect. I don't think I'll use it personally, because the grass type that I'm thinking of getting will have Mega Drain when purified, so yeah, I won't need to really worry about that. Hi there, I heard this was Egan's house. Yeah, I came looking for him, yep. Your husband, okay, yeah. Came looking for him. That's me, actually, yep. Oh, have you now? Yeah, I guess my mom must have emailed you about it. Yeah. Yeah, that's the plan, anyway. Oh, boy. Wonder where he went. Oh, apparently he went right here. Hi there, I'm the visitor from the HQ lab. Nice to meet you. Ah, okay, so you already know the situation then. Good. Yep. Yeah, battles have been working pretty good for all of these so far. Ah, okay, sounds good. So we gotta go see Egan in the Relic Forest, and I think if we tried to go there before this, they wouldn't let us in, so now we can actually go there. And there's a few trainers to fight along the way, so... Well, we'll see just how good he is when we fight him in a battle. I have no idea where Nora went, by the way. She is supposed to be here because this is her grandparents' house, but since the events of Coliseum, she's left the region again. And it's just them two here now, so... Yeah, I don't know where she went. Probably went gallivanting off with Sniper to a new area. A new region with a new case. They must have become private investigators or something. You just had no desire to play a new Mario RPG as much as you wanted to try it for Sparks of Hope. You just want your new Mario and Luigi despite how much that physically will not happen. Yeah, new Mario and Luigi would be nice. Maybe you're just secretly hoping Intelligent Systems starts pulling a Game Freak and starts pumping out Paper Mario games every 2 years, assuming they're actually good. Yeah, the latest couple of them, I think, I've heard only bad things about. I think, what was that, Sticker Star? I've heard pretty bad things about. Color Splash was another one, I think, and that one I don't think I remember hearing much of anything about it, but I'm not sure. So, Origami King, that's the newest one, right? Yeah, that one I've heard some better things about, so. The Talo Berry guy is still here, by the way, and he'll give us a few berries. There's a Figgy Berry. I don't remember what that does. Is that one of the ones that confuses you? Yeah, it is. Okay. I don't remember what nature that's for, so it'll probably just sit in my inventory forever. No big deal. It's like in the first game, though. You might get a Lepa Berry or a Citrus Berry out of him if you're lucky, or a Lumberry. All of those are pretty good, so... At least in your opinion, even if there are no Yoshis in it, yeah. I can see how that might be a bit of a sticking point for you. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so the daycare lady finally retired, and her granddaughter, I think he said, is going to take over, but not just yet. So the name raider is still here, though, so he'll nickname your Pokemon if you want to. Like I said, in this one, I think I'm going to hold off on that, though. It's just not something that I think is necessary because, again, Mikey didn't nickname his Eevee before the game began. So since that's the case, let's just leave them with their default names. Like I said, we'll get back to nicknaming stuff when we play the next Pokemon game that I play for the stream. So yeah, I actually saw him. He went tearing off pretty quickly after that. So thank you for the info, though. All right, we're almost down to the Pokemon Center now, and that's where we'll call it a day. So let's see if we can go there. I think there's like one more, maybe two more battles, actually. So, on the way. Oh, okay, fair enough. You hang around senior citizens all day, yeah, I guess you would start feeling like one eventually, in terms of, like, spirit. That's what I've heard, yeah. I mean, I've heard about Egan at the very least. He was apparently a pretty solid trainer in his day. Might still be now. Oh, okay. Yeah, her older brother is actually the trainer that was outside the Pokemon Center in Coliseum here. So it's a nice little touch that they have those little connections to the previous game, you know. It's nothing like substantial, but it's just nice to see that there's NPCs that interact with other NPCs from the world you remember. It makes the world feel more alive, you know. So sure, let's battle. I could use a little bit of experience, and my Shadow Pokemon could use a little purification, so let's do it. I think I'm going to go into the Pokemon Center, but I'm actually going to go down and see that bodybuilder that we could see on the side of the screen there before we call it a day. Because I think he changes locations at some point in the village, and I want to make sure that we can get him to change locations before too long. So, Azurill and Igglybuff. Oh, this is going to be great. Oh, you got Poison Fang. That would be useful if either of these were Fairy type yet, but they're not. So I guess just Blitz them. Get a Tail Whip going, so our Shadow Blitz is definitely KO. And I'll probably switch in Leddyba after she sends out her third and final Pokemon to get that one-time boost. So Azurill probably didn't deserve that, but that's okay. It's a Pokemon battle, so you know. Alright, well, we're not doing too bad so far. The Togepi will be a little more defensive, I guess, but that's fine. By the time it gets to that point, we can double team it, so no big deal. Igglybuff, let's get you gone. Probably. Mono being no better than the Cypher Grunts. Well, I mean, I'm just starting as a trainer, so at least at this point, so. Oh, we can see Leddyba's nature now. Okay, cool. That'll help us with identifying what works best for it. Although walking around seems to work pretty damn well. So Peck wasn't so good because, you know, obviously I have a bit of a weakness to that, but how does Togepi even peck anyway? It doesn't have a beak. Oh, well. I mean, I guess it gets to flying typing later, so I suppose it's not that off the wall. But I would think it would be more of a poke because it would just tap you with its hand, but I don't know. How does Goldeen peck? Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Goldeen don't have no beak either. And I guess it pecks you with its horn, but that's more of a poke too, to be honest, so. Fair point. Well, I mean, your Pokemon are still babies at this point, literally, so you'll get better once they evolve. I think they evolve pretty quickly, too. Like, I think after you're done in the Relic Forest, you can come back and fight her again, and they'll already be evolved, if I remember right. Not Togepi, but the rest will, so. Oh, dude, no, don't buy Dr. Kamenko's inventions. No, it's going to be bad for your health, and you're an older dude. You need to keep your health intact. Oh, man. Yeah, it's what I heard from him, so. I guess he could have mistook something as a flying whale lord. I wonder what would be large enough to be mistaken as a flying whale lord. Well, we've probably seen something like that earlier in the game, but, well, don't worry about it for now. We'll figure that out later. Horn Attack and Peck, 2 moves that use Goldine's and Seeking's horns. One hits ghosts, one doesn't. Game Freak, explain. Yeah, that is a good question. Game Freak, what the hell? Okay, so we've seen basically the whole village at this point. I think there's one more trainer that we can fight besides the bodybuilder. Actually, you know what? I think the bodybuilder moves after you're done in the Relic Forest anyway, so I think this is where we'll call it for today's episode of Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, the Stream Edition. I normally, excuse me, would save it directly in the center, but, well, I don't have to go to the PC now to save, so that's pretty good. So yeah, we'll call it for today. We'll come back and fight more of the trainers here in Agate Village and see if we can purify our Shadow Pokemon on the next episode, which will be on Saturday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Still getting used to the standard. Surprised I didn't say daylight at first. So thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming out to Twitch and YouTube to check out the stream, and I'll see all of you on Saturday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I almost did it again to continue with this game. Until then, everybody, take care and have a good one. Piece of Yoshi casually screaming, "No, don't leave me here! I don't want to